Thank you so much for joining us here live at Monte Vista High School for another Walnut Creek Crawdads game. I'm here with Dylan Allen. Dylan, how you doing today?
Doing well, Ammar. It's a good day out here, nice sunny day, and not too hot.
Well, it's funny. It's 89 degrees right now. 91 is the highest, but it is night and day compared to what it was on Saturday here.
Yeah, no, Saturday was brutal. It was some high heat, and being in the dugout was brutal. I was sweating, and I mean, I'm not even out there playing. I'm just
Right.
sitting taking pictures. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, new day here, new weather, and also a new opponent. The San Luis Obispo Blues come up from the Central Coast to play the Walnut Creek Crawdads, a CCL North Conference game. Entering this game, the Crawdads are coming off of a win against the Menlo Park Legends, and the Blues are coming off of a loss to the San Francisco Seagulls, 14-11 on Sunday. So both teams' last game was on Sunday. They're currently riding a two-game losing streak where the Crawdads are bouncing back from a loss after a long win streak. So, as we mentioned, they're back home for another matchup. They'll take on the third place 6-5 San Luis Obispo Blues in a CCL North Conference matchup. This is the first time that these two teams are meeting. How important to you, Dylan, is a win for the Crawdads in the first meeting with the SLO Blues?
It's definitely important. You know, we're still early in the season, CCL wise, coming up on the end of June here, but it's definitely important. They play them 2 games here. They get them again tomorrow. It'd be nice to get a win today. You know, they've had the day off, a little time to rest, and it gives them an opportunity to come out with a win and split the series if they can get one today, you know?
Yeah, and they'll face this team about three more times, so not as much as the Menlo Park Legends, but definitely it's important to win these first games, right? You kind of set the tone, and of course, I mean, as we keep mentioning, every time that we speak with you guys, is it is important to stack the wins, even if it's in the middle of the season, because at the end of the season, when the division or conference come close, like it has been between the Legends, Blues, and Crawdads, this is where these wins, these games, come into play.
Yeah, you know, you're at home, you had a day off for rest, and you got the Blues coming in, Northern Conference opponent. You'd love to get 2 home wins here.
Yeah, and we talked to a couple of players too. They even said, pregame that they were happy that they got to, have that day off. They were on we believe, 5 straight games, 5 straight days, at least 5 games in 6 days. So definitely some well-needed rest for them. Um, Speaking of the Crawdads, though, and their last game, they again Sunday afternoon they faced the Menlo Park Legends in San Mateo. Despite facing an early deficit in the beginning of that game, the Crawdads walked out victorious after a dominant offensive performance. They won 11-5. What impressed you the most about the Crawdads in their last game?
A lot of things, Ammar. I mean, 15 hits, just a fantastic offensive game from the Crawdads. You know, you had guys up and down that lineup getting hits, a lot of multi-hit games. Xavier Rios, player of the game with 2 triples. Casey Cummings, 2 knocks. Mark Walbert, 2 knocks. Um, Cole Kosciuszko with a 3-hit day. Not to mention a 2-run bomb from Kosciuszko, his second from that same field. You know, a lot of guys just producing in that lineup on Sunday.
Yeah, and as you mentioned too, Cole, he had a great day. We were talking to some guys from the Blues side, and they even said too. The first thing they said to us was, "That hitter you guys have, Cole Kosciuszko, that guy's good, right?" So anytime you guys are playing the Crawdads, that seems to be a guy that everybody knows is going to be the guy. I think that what really impressed me from their last game was how they won that game. Not only because they won in such a dominating fashion, but it was because it was so unorthodox to the way that they usually done it. They were actually down early in that game, facing a 2-0 hole early in the game. And it wasn't like it was a sudden barrage like they usually have in the beginning of the game. They kind of chipped at it, a run in the second, a run in the third, a run in the fifth. Obviously they had a hole, and I thought the bullpen, despite struggling early, they did a solid job. I thought, Bird, who was pitching yesterday, he held his own for a little bit in that middle of the game, which was crucial. And then they just went on a scoring barrage in like the fifth inning, the sixth inning. And like as you mentioned, it started off with 2 triples.
Yeah, it was a close game, and they did a really good job of sticking with it. Jackson Bird doing his best to stay locked in during that game, not succumbing a lot of runs. Just a really good job of them, you know, still being down but staying with it. And then they broke through in the 6th inning with a 4-run inning.
Right, and that comes after a crushing loss to the Legends. the day before, where it was just filled with errors, filled with mistakes. We even said before the game too that one of the keys was to play error-free baseball. And I want to say they only ended that game with an error or two. So really, really great job, and it just shows you it's a testament to how good this Crawdads team if they just play smart and they play efficient baseball.
Absolutely.
Well, so with that being said, let's just go through the Crawdads lineup today. So we have Mark Walbert at right field, Casey Cummings at center field, Cole Koskiasko at first base, Ethan Liao, who's going to be the designated hitter once again today, Aiden Camberg at left field, Isaiah Walker at second base, Cam Calvillo at third base, Nico DeFazio making his return today at shortstop. He had a couple of games off after an injury, which we'll get into it in a bit. And then Nikhil Peasley will be the catcher. Dylan, tell me, what sticks out to you about today's lineup for the Crawdads?
There's a couple things. So one, you got Nico DeFazio making his return. Since almost a week ago, he got hit in the face on a pitch. It kind of hit off his inside, the clip of his helmet, and went right into his lip and his chin area, and it was pretty nasty. He ended up having to get stitches on his lip.
And he came out of that game with the trainer. He left that game early.
No, he left that game. It was a brutal injury, very scary thing to see. You never like to see someone get hit in the face, right? And he's been out here the last couple of games with shorts on, cheering on the guys. So it's nice to see him out here and making his return today.
Right.
Then, the next thing that stands out to me is, Kosciuszko remaining in the lineup at first base after a huge game against the Legends. He was 3 for 6, as we said, with that monster home run. And, a couple other things. You got Aiden Camberg still in there at the 5-hole playing left field. Camberg, I want to touch on this, Ammar.
Right.
11 walks in 5 games for him.
Incredible.
I mean, he's an on-base machine.
Right.
And then Cam Calvillo also had a really good last game. He had 3 walks and a hit. And, as I said earlier, Cummings and Walbert at the top of the lineup, the 1-2 hole, they both broke out of slumps with 2 hits last game.
Right.
I mean, Walbert, he came in, his first game was June 18th.
Right. Our first game.
It was our first game, yeah. Exactly a week ago. He had a really good first game. He notched 3 hits, and then since then he stayed in the lineup, but he didn't really get anything going.
Right.
He was kind of, I want to say, 0 for his last 6 or 7 before that Legends game on Sunday, and then
you could tell he was getting frustrated too. You could see him on the in the bullpen area, back on the bench, and you could tell he was frustrated with himself, knowing that this wasn't the version of himself that he wants out there.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a senior from UC Davis, or a rising senior, so he's got a lot of experience, and he's a good ball player with a really good lefty swing. And then Cummings, as we mentioned, also broke out of his slump. He had a triple, a single, got on base a couple other times. It was a really good overall game from him.
Right, definitely. And as we mentioned, Walbert is officially a weekend, and he's played pretty much every game but one. So let's go through the pitching matchup now that we've gone through the lineups here. For the Crawdads, it's going to be Ryan Delaney once again, the 6'1", 195-pound lefty from Danville, California, the hometown kid. He's currently at Bucknell University, and he has 3 appearances this summer. 3.75 ERA, 12 inning pitch, 4 strikeouts, 9 walks, 13 hits. His last appearance was against the Storm on June 18th, which was a week ago, last week, where they won that game, went 6 innings, no earned runs, 5 hits, and 4 walks. And on the other side, we got Logan Groff, 6'2", 202-pound righty from Garden Grove, California, currently playing at Fresno State. He has 2 appearances on the summer, 1.12 ERA and 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 3 hits. His last game was against the Sonoma Stompers on the 18th, so just a week ago as well. 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikes. Dylan, I just wanted to ask you real quick, as a player, you don't play for a few days, you don't play for a couple games, okay, but you don't play for a week. Do you think that has an effect on players? And if so, do you think it's a different effect on batters versus pitchers?
Definitely on batters. Pitchers, they take that time off to rest, to get their arm right. And pitching 6 innings, it's a battle. You really gotta stay locked in for an extended period of time. And you're throwing a lot of pitches. It's getting to your arm, so the wear and tear is definitely building up. And the week is a long time for a pitcher. Usually, I want to say it's closer to 5 days. So a full 6 days rest is a long time. But Delaney, he had a great game. 6 scoreless innings against the SB Storm.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what he can do today against the SLO Blues.
Definitely. So Dylan and I had the opportunity to speak to Ethan Liao before the game, who has been on a streak, on a heater. We asked him a couple of questions before the game, and we're going to play that for you right now. This is your guys' first game, obviously, after the weekend. You guys had a one-day break. You guys are facing the SLO Blues not only today, but tomorrow. How important is the first game of the series?
Well, I feel like every game is important. So I think our team mentality is just focus on each game one game at a time. So I mean, no matter who we're playing, like it's like a pitch by pitch mentality, really. So it's like in the moment, like how much you can control what you're doing then is the most important things.
So, Dylan, after hearing that from Ethan, again, asking him, how important is a first game when you're playing a new team, especially against the Blues for the first time they're meeting? What were your takeaways from his response?
I think just the biggest thing is that they're coming out here with a mentality to win, and they're excited to be out here. The other thing we got to talk to them about was the rest.
Right.
They
Right.
got yesterday to take rest, a huge,
Right.
huge day off. Rest their bodies, hop in the pool. It's summer heat. It's no joke out here.
Mhm.
The sun's beating down, so they got an opportunity to take some time, relax, and get locked in for this game.
Yeah, and he mentioned too. I mean, these are the little things. Even if they're not resting, he got to go play golf with some buddies. Right? It's summer. You want to mentally make sure you're fit and ready for a game just as much as you're physically ready for a game. So definitely needed that needed rest right there. I think another thing that really struck me from his answer, no pun intended, was the fact that he said that whether it's the first game of a series, the second game of a series, whether you've met this team, a couple of other times before, whatever the case may be, the mentality stays the same. Like you said, you want to win, you want to put on a performance, and I think that has definitely helped this team win game after game. We saw them on that 6-game win streak, 5-game conference win streak. You can see that they have this mentality of win no matter what the cost is, and that's why they're sitting at atop the conference.
Absolutely. I want to touch on another thing from their lineup.
Right.
Kind of starting to gain some continuity here. You got Walber, who's been playing a lot, Cummings now playing a lot, Kosciuszko, Liao, Camberg, Walker, Calvillo. These guys are all been starting the last couple games. The only guy that's back in there, Nico DeFazio, in for Ben Royo at shortstop. So otherwise, 1 through 7, these guys have all been playing the last couple of games.
Yeah.
The only real difference is Cam Calvillo, who was playing shortstop, is now back to third base. Ben Royo was playing shortstop.
Right.
Him and Calvillo switched, but DeFazio now back in there at short. Then really it's just the catcher position that's rotating. Nikhil Beasley in there at catcher today. So, the guys are gaining a sense of, who's going to be in there. And that starting lineup starting to really come together.
And I think that's why they've been able to get to those quick starts. It seems like a trend other than that game against the Legends. Every win that they've had, it seems like the first, second inning, they're just going on the scoring barrage. And I think, with runs and hits, whatever the case may be, it's like you said, there's that continuity, which has been the recipe for their success this season. Well, that'll wrap it up for our pregame show. Again, we got the San Luis Obispo Blues here taking a visit to Walnut Creek, taking the Walnut Creek Crawdads. First pitch will be at 4 p.m. Dylan, you got any last-minute words, comments, concerns?
I'm excited to see the Crawdads lineup. Great last game, and I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah, let's hope for another Crawdads win. Go Dads.
Welcome back to Monte Vista High School. We are just about ready for first pitch between two teams that have never played each other in division play. Hi everyone, my name is Carson Mercier alongside Austin Oda, and welcome into the broadcast booth. Crawdads playing host to the San Luis Obispo Blues. The Blues struggling a bit, still sit at third place in the CCL North. Come into today 6-5. That's their conference record, a game back of the Menlo Park Legends. Walnut Creek Crawdads 8-5. They've played here at home 3-2. Look to improve on that. And with the win today, they'd see themselves on top of the CCL North all alone, coming off a pretty good win against the Menlo Park Legends on Sunday, a game in which they scored 11 runs, had 15 hits. It's tough to say it was a needed offensive game, but I'd certainly say it's good for some momentum.
Yeah, especially early on in that game, the Crawdads offense was not looking great. I mean, you go through the first couple innings trailing 2-0 against a Menlo Park team that's okay, not great, especially on the pitching end, and you're not feeling great. But after a loss, they were able to bounce back and get a much-needed win. I think more than just a good offensive day, it was a needed win and a good team victory.
Let's take a look at the San Luis Obispo Blues and their starting 9. Leading it off in center field is Ethan Royal. Batting second and right is Jariah Lewis. Batting third, playing third is Casey Borba. Batting fourth, making his return to Walnut Creek, the catcher Nico Button. Zach Tullerman plays first, he bats fifth. Brennan Comerford plays second, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Braden Mondu, he DHs. Bryson Hoyer is in left. Jared Medham is at short. And they'll be facing the left-hander, Ryan Delaney, who makes his fourth start of the summer.
In a solid summer, 1-1, 3.75 ERA, works fast, works quick.
Lefty delivers a pitch that misses up and away. 4:05 first pitch, 88 degrees. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Meadowlark Dairy, trying to hang on to the Old Town vibe since the early 1900s. Delaney misses high with the 1-0. So quickly now, 2 balls, no strikes on the leadoff man and the center fielder, Ethan Royal. From the right side, he waits. 2-0, fouled back and over our heads. First strike of the day from Ryan Delaney. And the count's 2-1. Delaney coming off his best start of the summer. Got the win, 6 innings, gave up just 5 hits, walked 4, no strikeouts. 2-1 pitch is ripped into left field. Camberg moving over towards his left, reaches down by his thigh and makes the catch for the first out of the first inning. Let's take a look at the 9 behind Ryan Delaney. Outfield left to right, Camberg, Cummings, and Wolbert on the corners on the infield. Calvillo, Kosciuszko up the middle, DeFazio and Walker. Beasley behind the plate, doing the catching for Ryan Delaney. So the right fielder now from the left side, Jariah Lewis. Waits the first pitch from the lefty Delaney. Here it is, and it's flied into center field, not too deep. Cummings got a beat on it. Kind of started out back, now comes in and towards the gap to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down to start the day for Delaney.
There's a good amount of homecomings on this Blue roster. Nico Button played here last summer, but Jariah Lewis, Pleasanton kid, got a nice applause when he got his first at-bat. Zach Tollerman, high school teammates with the Crawdads catcher Nikhil Beasley. So, 2 CCL North teams, 2 of the teams that kind of figure to be at the top of the CCL North when the season ends.
So with 2 outs in the inning, Casey Borba, the third baseman, will step in from the right-handed batter's box. 286, no homers, and 3 runs batted in. Delaney peers over his glove from the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. SLO still atop or close enough to the top of the CCL North, but they've kind of struggled in their last 5 games as the 1-0 misses high and away, 2 balls, no strikes. They had a 5-game homestand this past week and went 2-3. 2-0 pitch, top of the zone. Called a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Ryan Delaney. Brio right there on the corner and a strike, 3-1. So Delaney struggled with the walks in his last start, issued 4 of them, but wasn't really a factor in the game as he didn't give up any runs and only the 5 hits. 3-1 pitch, just off the outside, and it's a 5-pitch walk for Casey Borba.
There were about 5 pitches in that at-bat that could have been called strikes. Delaney, every now and then after he walks a batter, kind of takes a little walk himself around the back of the rubber, resets, and that's kind of what he needs to do. He's not a guy that's going to overpower hitters, but able to get, you know, when he's throwing strikes, he gets outs.
So now Nico Button, who's had a really nice start to his young summer. 5 for 12, a couple of doubles, and doing Button things. 3 walks, just 1 strikeout as he takes strike 1 from his former battery mate Ryan Delaney. As a Crawdad last summer, Button played in about 18 games, 60 at-bats, hit 300, OPS 777, 0-1 misses inside, 1-1. Never really hit any homers, 10 runs batted in, but always walked more than he struck out and always put up a good at-bat. Never really mattered who he was facing. 1-1. Flared into left field, not too deep. Cummings moving over. Looks like it'll be Camberg. He is there. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Delaney able to work around the 2-out walk. No runs, no hits. A man left on for SLO. Crawdads coming up for the home half. Crawdads coming up for the home half of the first inning after the SLO Blues do not score. Let's take a look at their lineup. Mark Wolbert will lead it off. He's playing right field. Casey Cummings bats second. He's in center. Cole Kosciuszko batting third, playing first. Ethan Liao does the DHing. He bats fourth. Aiden Camberg's out in left. He bats fifth. Isaiah Walker bats sixth. He's at second. Cam Calvillo is the third baseman. He bats seventh. Nico DeFazio, good to see him back. He's playing short and batting eighth. And Nikhil Beasley rounds out the starting 9 for the Dads. He does the catching. Crawdads going up against the tall righty, Logan Groff.
It's been a really good start to the summer for Groff. 1-0, 1.12 ERA. Just 8 innings pitched, but 11 strikeouts. 5 walks are a little high, but he's only given up 3 hits in those 8 innings.
Groff, a couple of seasons at Cypress College. 10-1 win-loss, 71 and a third innings, 6.03 ERA. Spent this last year at Fresno State, only 3 innings, and gave up 4 runs. So it was a little bit rocky, but obviously not the largest of sample sizes. Fastball, slider, changeup, averages about 89 miles an hour on that heater, and he throws it for strikes, and a lot. Here's Mark Wolbert to lead it off for the Crawdads. From the left side, Groff from the stretch, first pitch grounded foul, and 0-1 the count. Wolbert, 330, no homers, 3 runs batted in. Has a couple of extra base hits on the young summer. Only his 4th game as a Crawdad. Groff comes set, red glove, and fires in a fastball at the knees, a called strike, and 0-2 the count on the left-handed hitting Mark Wolbert. Wolbert, 2 for 6 a couple of days ago against the Menlo Park Legends, tallied an RBI and a couple of extra base hits, including a stolen base. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high and tight, kind of brushed him back, and the count's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Groff shakes off his catcher, Nico Button, and comes set at the belt. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Count will even 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Crawdads and the SLO Blues playing each other for just the 4th time since 2021. This is the first time that it'll count towards divisional standings. Of course, the Blues making the jump to the CCL North this year as this one's flared into left field. Kind of going back on it as a left fielder, Hoyer. He's there in front of the track to make the catch. That's out number 1. Here's the SLO Blues defense. Outfield at left to right, aforementioned Bryson Hoyer's in left. Ethan Royal is in center. Jariah Lewis is in right. Infield third to first. Casey Borba, Jared Medham, Brendan Comerford, Zach Tullerman, and Nico Button does the catching for Logan Groff. Now the center fielder, Casey Cummings, for the Crawdads, right-handed hitter. 229, a homer, and 8 runs batted in. First pitch from Groff. Fastball hit into center field. Struck pretty well as Royals going back. Still going back. This one is gone. A one-out home run in the bottom of the first inning for Casey Cummings, and the Crawdads strike first.
Head coach Brant Cummings has been talking to Casey about going the other way a little more. Doesn't need to pull everything. That one, fastball middle away, and Casey takes it exactly where it's thrown. Goes right center field, second homer of the year. That ball just kept going and going and going.
With the wind kind of blowing in from right center field, maybe swirling a bit, but didn't think it really had any chance, especially with Royal out there in center field. Started slow back to the track and then really turned on the jets. So a one-out homer for Cummings. Now Cole Kosciuszko takes outside in the count 1-0. Kosciuszko continues to stay hot. 317, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. Bats with nobody on in the home half of the first inning with the Crawdads leading 1-0. 1-0 brushes Kosciuszko back. 2-0 the count. Kosciuszko was 3 for 6, a couple of RBIs, a homer, a double, was a triple shy of the cycle on Sunday against the Legends as the 2-0's taken high. 3 balls, no strikes to the left-handed batter, Cole Kosciuszko. He'll step out of the left-handed batter's box, take a look at his bat, now step back in. Taps each side of the plate and rests the bat on his shoulder. Off set. 3-0. Right down the middle. And a called strike, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out in the home half of the first inning. Groff's 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, counts full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think it's 2s.
It's not.
Is it not?
Nope.
3-2. You heard me.
So counts full on Kosciuszko, 1 out. Groff set. And the pitch is hit into left field pretty deep. Hoyer going back, still going back, twisting, turning at the track in the wall, and he makes the catch with a little hop. There's the second out of the first inning.
I was talking to some of the Blues players, notably Nico Button, before the game, and someone asked him, does the ball carry here? And Nico said, nah, not really, but every now and then you'll get a day where the ball carries. Feels like today might be one of those days where the ball is just swirling around in the outfield.
That off the bat of Kosciuszko only hit 87 miles per hour off the bat, but kept going to the track, to the wall, and a nice play by Bryson Hoyer, the left fielder. Now Ethan Liao, DH for the Dads, right-handed batter. Righty on righty matchup. And a fastball, 89 miles an hour, misses just atop the zone, and 1-0 the count. Liao, 367, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in.
Feels like a good Ethan Liao day. Fastball guy that throws the ball up in the zone. That's where Liao likes it.
1-0. Fastball fouled back. Count will even 1-1. Yeah, we see Groff with the fastball. Averages about 89 miles an hour. Throws it about 68% of the time.
Yeah, that's a good speed for Liao. It's good enough velocity to kind of provide the power where his swing, where he's strong enough, he can he's going to have a big day.
1-1. Slider at the knees and a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes on Ethan Liao. Pretty good bender there. Maybe one of the first that we've seen from Logan Groff.
And the home run from Casey Cummings, that's just the 4th hit that Groff has allowed all year. He's been pretty dominant when he's been in the strike zone.
1-2 pitch. Slider just outside. Groff thought he had it. Kind of bounced off the mound and was headed towards that third base dugout, but just off the outside, and the count evens 2-2. The home run for Casey Cummings, just the 3rd home run surrendered by Blues pitching this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch home, fastball taken right down the middle, and 4 strike 3. So Groff able to escape the first inning after just giving up the 1 home run, but Casey Cummings hits his 2nd home run of the year. We'll go to the second, 1-0, Crawdads lead. Zach Tollerman, Brendan Comerford, and Braden Mondu due up top of the second inning, 1-0. Crawdads leading over the San Luis Obispo Blues. Ryan Delaney back out his second inning of work in the first pitch. Misses high and away, 1-0 the count. Casey Cummings got the Dads on the board, a 1-out solo home run to right center field. That's all that the Crawdads were able to get. This one poked on 2 hops deep in the hole for DeFazio. Long throw across, but it pulls Kosciuszko off the bag. And a leadoff single to start the second for Zach Tollerman. That'll bring up Brendan Comerford, Blues second baseman, batting $176, no homers, and 4 runs batted in this year. Looking to get something going, maybe tie the game in the top of the second inning. Tollerman, small lead off first. Delaney holds him on and comes home. A fastball misses high, 1-0. Delaney was pretty efficient in the first inning, got the first 2 guys to fly out to the outfield, walked the number 3 man, Casey Borba, and was able to get his former teammate, Nico Button, out as well to end the inning. 1-0, just grounded foul down the first baseline. The count will even. Kosciuszko kind of came down the first baseline, now walking his way back to the bag.
I think Cole Kosciuszko might be the most nonchalant Crawdad ever.
Yeah, certainly up there. Ball and a strike. This one grounded foul down the third baseline, but pretty close. And now Comerford's down in the count 1-2.
And I think whatever the opposite of that would be, chalant, I assume, is Ryan Delaney.
Yeah.
Kind of just always moving.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch in their own ways.
Cole, I don't know how to say this exactly. He looks like he doesn't care. I know that he does.
He does, right. But he kind of, it's nonchalant.
Yeah. 1-2 check swing. They'll appeal. But no go. So the count will even 2-2. It's return throw gets back from Delaney. It's just, you talk about effortless guys throwing 100 miles an hour, and it's just effortless. Effortless.
Yeah.
Makes everything look pretty easy. Tollerman takes his lead off first. 2-2 pitches skied behind home plate. Moving back, Beasley trying to find the fence. Land just in front of us and nearly bounce up into the press box. AJ and Justin giving it a good effort, but lands just in front of him.
Hey, Justin's back.
Justin is back. Kobe will be back
Yeah.
on Friday. Everyone's coming back. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hashtag awesome.
Awesome back.
It was awesome was the word of the summer
Word of the
last
summer
year.
last year, right?
2-2. Hit hard on the ground past the dive of Calvillo into left field. Moving up to second is Tollerman. And Comerford reaches with a single. Back-to-back singles to start the second for the Blues.
And those 2 at-bats are kind of the definition of baseball's going to baseball. One, kind of a softly hit ground ball into the hole that DeFazio makes a really nice play just to get to. And then the next, hard hit ball through the left side. And some work for Delaney with Braden Mondu up.
Kind of interested to see how long Delaney will go into this game through 6 innings against the South Bay Storm last Tuesday. Hasn't gone more than 4 really ever this summer. That was the exception. Now Braden Mondeau, the DH, with runners on first and second, takes a strike at the knees. 1-0 Crawdads lead at top of the second, but the Blues threatening with back-to-back singles to start the second. Mondeau, 217, no homers, no runs batted in, but an RBI spot for him here. 0-1 is laced through the left side and a base hit. Tollerman's going to stop at third, but Camberg has some trouble. Now being waved around is Tollerman, and the game is tied at 1.
And that's the second play this week that we've seen Aiden Camberg have a little trouble out and left with. Just, not his primary position. Usually we see him behind the plate. Kind of has to field it like an infielder there, and it just comes up, hits his heel, and a run comes home.
So Braden Mondeau picks up his first RBI of the summer and ties the game at 1 with Bryson Hoyer, the Blues left fielder, coming up. Hoyer's really struggled to start his summer. Bats from the right side, his bright yellow cleats. Waits the first pitch from Delaney. Fastball just off the outside, and 1-0. Hoyer 1 for 12 to start his summer. Does have just an extra base hit. 4 runs batted in. Blues have the go-ahead run on second base. 1-0 is hit pretty well center field. Cummings moving over and in towards his left. He makes the catch, spins around. Here's the throw to third with the runner tagging. It'll be just a little late. Nice effort from Casey Cummings, but tagging up from second and taking third is Brendan Comerford.
Now the hard hit ball starting to pile up a little bit. That one hit well off the bat of Hoyer going the other way on a pitch off the outside. That's kind of where Delaney's got to live. Arm side to right-handed batters. Don't let the ball get in on their hands where they can pull it. But an out is an out. Now a ground ball gets you out of the inning with the 9 spot up.
And Jared Medham, the shortstop. Only played in 1 game this summer. It was about a week ago. Is 0 for 3, and broken bat fly ball into left field, falling fast. Cummings not going to get there. He'll play it on a hop. Runner had to wait and see. Here's the throw home. It'll be just not in time. Gets away from Nikhil Beasley. And the Blues take a 2-1 lead.
Really, really nice throw by Casey Cummings. He really did almost get him at home plate. I think maybe even if Beasley is able to get that one cleanly, there's a chance. But kind of some bad luck in the inning for Ryan Delaney. Now 4 hits and 5 batters. And all of a sudden, Blues take a lead.
And the top of the order is coming up. Ethan Royal, center fielder, flew out to fairly deep left field to start the ball game. And a great chance to keep adding on. 4 hits in the inning already for the Blues as Delaney fires, and Royal shoots this one to right field. Right fielder Wolbert is there, and the throw in keeps the runners where they are, so there's the second out of the second.
A lot of first pitch swings for the Blues so far, trying to go the other way with it. That one kind of off the end of the bat. It looked like Delaney had Royal, the center fielder, out in front, was off his front foot. Got a little lucky because it was a pretty good pitch to hit.
So Jariah Lewis, left-handed batter, and his second at-bat of the day. 0 for 1, flew out to Casey Cummings in straightaway center field. For out number 2 of the first. Delaney would love to get him here as he fires in a first pitch fastball at the knees and a called strike, 0-1. Nicely located from the lefty. Delaney was trying to limit the damage to just the 2 runs. Comes set, couple of looks to second. Big lead off second for Mondu. He notices throws there, and shortstop DeFazio just wasn't at the bag.
If you look at this inning, 2 runs isn't going to look great, but you think about it. Infield single for Tollerman, flare single by Mondo. Kind of a soft hit liner off the bat of Matam.
0-1. Just off the outside. Pretty good spot, but 1-1 the count.
It's a little bit of bad luck in the inning.
Yeah, not a whole lot. There was only the 1 hard hit ball, and I think it was Mondu. He singled through the left side. Ball and a strike, long hold for Delaney. Slider, swing and a miss. 1-2. Haven't gotten a lot of swing and misses as Ryan Delaney yet today, but a pretty good slider down below the zone right there. Trying to get out of it. Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 pitch. Back to that slider. Taken just off the outside, and the count evens 2-2. It was outside, but Delaney was all the way off the mound, as was the rest of the Crawdad infield headed back to the dugout. Thought they had strike 3. Delaney's got to throw another pitch. 2-2. Here it is home. Fastball, line drive, softly hitting to center. Walker going back. He leaps to make the catch in the outfield grass and save a run. But the Blues get 2 on 4 hits. Crawdads coming up trailing 1 when we come back here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Aiden Camberg, Isaiah Walker, Cam Calvillo for the home half of the second inning. Crawdads see themselves trailing a run after the solo home run in the first inning off the bat of Casey Cummings. Groff back to work. First pitch fastball brushes Camberg off the plate, and it's 1-0. Blues were able to get 2 runs on 4 hits in the top of the second inning. Kind of some bloop-based knocks, but baseball, and they were able to work their way across as the 1-0's in the dirt. 2-0 to Camberg. Camberg comes in, 368, a homer, 5 runs batted in. He's been extremely impressive, and one of the most impressive things about what he's done is the amount of walks he's been able to draw. 7 games as a Crawdad, 11 walks, but all 11 of those coming in his last 5 games as the 2-0 is on the corner for a strike.
That guy loves walking.
I'm going to ask him after the game, how mad is he when he walks? Because
I want to ask what his step count is after every game.
2-1, fouled into the net, 2-2.
Going for a walk. Walkathon. He should get that should be, if he were to get an NIL sponsorship, that's what it would be. Like some walkathon company, right? You get stamps for every lap you do. He gets a little stamp for every walk he takes.
2-2. Hit pretty well right center field. Lewis going back. He's not going to get it. It's going to one-hop the wall in right center field. Camberg's digging for second base. He'll get there standing, and a leadoff double to start the second for Aiden Camberg.
That's better than a walk. I'd take that every day. Pound it in the right center field gap. That's kind of his sweet spot, right? Last summer, Sam Gilliam, Crawdads catcher, we called the scoreboard the left field corner the scoreboard Gilly's corner. That's Aiden Camberg's right center field. He hits the ball there every single time and hits it hard just about every time off the bat as well.
That's his 3rd double in just 7 games, 6+ games as a Crawdad. One of those games was a pinch hitter, but already the 3rd double. And Isaiah Walker coming to the dish. Crawdads looking to tie the game at 2, with Camberg taking his lead off second base. Groff comes set. 2 looks back to second, and the pitch is a slider at the knees, a called strike. 0-1. Walker 246, no homers, 9 runs batted in. Had kind of an uncharacteristically bad game on Sunday against the Legends. Went 1 for 6 with 3 strikeouts. Really saw him expanding the zone, which is something all summer we haven't really seen. 0-1 fastball, a little high and tight, but just catches the corner at 90 miles an hour, and it's 0-2.
Trackman says?
It was on the black.
All right. Walker crowds a little bit. We saw that with Mark Wolbert, his at bat leading off the 9th the other day.
0-2. Groff slider gets away from the catcher. Button taken off for third as Camberg sliding feet first, and he's in. So he's able to advance to third base, and the count goes to 1-2.
It's a big 90. Now a ball to the outfield, a ball hit in the air by Walker. Really just he has to put the ball in play here with no outs. Crawdads should expect to at the very least tie this game up going into the 3rd.
Corners up for the Blues. Borba at 3rd, Tollerman at 1st. Both kind of have their toes on the cut of the infield grass. Groff shakes off the catcher. Button, agrees, and comes set. 1-2 pitches hit past the dive of Tollerman into right field, and a base hit that will tie the game at 2.
Didn't even need that extra 90. That ball slapped through the right side, brings home a run. Good piece of hitting by Walker. Ball on the outside in a 2-strike count. Take what you're given.
The offensive momentum from Sunday really just carrying into this game. That's the 3rd hit for the Crawdads today with nobody out in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And again, 3 hits allowed all summer going into the game for Logan Groff.
So Cameron Calvillo now, right-handed batter, 3rd baseman with Walker leading off first. First pitch misses a little low, 1-0 the count. Calvillo, 318, no homers, and 6 runs batted in. Not a guy that's ever really going to strike out. 1-0 pitch, runner goes, pitch is taken for a strike, throw down there, no shot. Walker had it stolen all day. That's his 4th stolen bag of the summer.
We talk a lot about how some steals are off the catcher, but most are off the pitcher, and that one was exactly that. Ball right down the middle. Groff didn't even pay attention to Walker, who got about a 10-foot head start off first base and was able to take second really easily.
Groff still looking for the first out of this bottom of the 2nd inning. Walker taking off for 3rd. Pitch down low, and no throw from Button. Another stolen base from Walker, and he finds himself on 3rd with nobody out.
Feel bad when any catcher's in that spot, but with Nico Button, who you know is really solid behind the plate, you just know that one isn't on him. And now back-to-back pitches where Walker's able to take an extra base. Crawdads have a runner on third again.
2-1 the count on Cam Calvillo. Corners up again for the Blues. 2-1 pitch. Slider outside, 3-1 to Cameron Calvillo.
Really excited to head to SLO in about a month. Sinsheimer is awesome.
Heard
Got
it's
some
pretty
great
cool.
memories there.
Yeah. Before your time?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 balls a strike. Pitch home, tapped back up the middle. Second baseman Comerford's got it, only play to first. He makes the long throw to just get Cam Calvillo by a step. But in the back door comes Isaiah Walker, and the Crawdads lead it 3-2.
I think both teams will take that one. Crawdads get a run, but now Groff gets to work with the bases empty. Crawdads take the lead. You know, you're going to have to score, 4 to win anyway if you're the Blues now.
Now the number 8 man in the Crawdad lineup, Nico DeFazio, right-handed batter, takes a fastball, strike at the knees, 0-1. Good to see Nico back in the ballgame on Saturday against the Menlo Park Legends. Maybe even before that. I think it was on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Got hit by a pitch in the face, 0-1. And therefore a strike, 0-2. We haven't seen him since. Obviously, he came out of that game, and things were pretty scary.
Yeah, and right off the rip, he gets he's the on-base batter. I really don't know if we've ever had an on-base batter not get it.
0-2. Down low with the curveball. I think there was one time last year, and I think we just gave it out anyway.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I briefly remember that. I don't remember who the batter was. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Groff home. Fastball way high at the eyes, and the count evens 2-2.
I think it was like a really, really good player too. Like I think it might have been like Ryan Brome.
I'm getting the
It might have been Ryan Brome like the day after he hit for the cycle.
I think you're right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Groff from the stretch. The fastball is lined into left field. That'll get down, and the base runner man is on.
Yeah, number 18, lucky number 18. Let's see who it is.
Still surveying. A couple guys standing up. So Nikhil Beasley, number 9 man and the catcher, takes high. 1-0. Beasley, 1 for 16 on the summer. But bats with the man on first, 1 out in the inning, and the Crawdads leading 3-2.
Sorry, it was GMing and broadcasting.
It's a tough gig.
Someone's got to do it. Me.
Okay. You're doing great, buddy.
Yeah, whatever.
So 3 hits now in the inning for the Crawdads. They kind of just continue to hit around Logan Groff. Groff looking to get out of it. And Beasley takes a strike. 1-1, the count evens.
Hold on, I need to make sure they're handing out the right thing.
Ball and a strike, throw over. And DeFazio's back head first dive. Beasley hasn't got the most playing time as of recently. Last game he played was on the 19th. That was against the San Francisco Seagulls in San Francisco. Ball and a strike, 1 out, home half of the inning. And a check swing, they'll appeal. Gonna say he went around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the number 9 man, Nikhil Beasley. 2 runs in the top of the second inning for the Blues. And the Crawdads, nice job to answer. 2 runs of their own in the bottom half. Taking off for second, DeFazio. Pitch outside. Here's the throw, not in time. Stealing second base is DeFazio. Pitch a ball, and the count 2-2. The 3rd stolen base of the inning for the Crawdads. And again, they have a runner in scoring position. 2-2 pitch. Slider, check swing, and appeal. And no go. So the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Nikhil Beasley. Leadoff man Mark Wolbert waits on deck.
We messed it up.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Runner on second base. Crawdads looking to keep adding on as Groff spins off the back of the mound. DeFazio back standing into second base. No one really paying much attention to him there. Groff peers home, comes set at the belt, kind of shakes his shoulders as he comes set. Payoff pitch to the plate. Fastball, top of the zone, swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Logan Groff, and the second out of the second inning.
Yeah, really nice fastball. Just go up high. Challenge fastball, my best against your best. Who's going to win? And Groff gets his second strikeout. Looks like a pretty solid fastball from Groff. Gets it up high. Probably not a chase, but a pitch that Beasley wishes he could have back.
So Mark Wolbert now with the man on second base and 2 outs in the inning. Left-handed batters 0 for 1 today and takes outside 1-0. Wolbert had a decent at-bat in the first, but just got a little bit under a fastball on a 2-strike count, flew out to left field. Couple of good swings for him. Fouled a couple pitches into the net. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Another good swing from Wolbert, but swings right underneath it, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, just a little late on the fastball, it looked like. Fastball going down and away. Wolbert's swing was kind of tuned to the middle of the zone.
All on a strike. Groff set, deals. Fastball, line drive, pretty firm out to left field. Hoyer going back in front of the track, reaches up one-handed to make the catch to put an end to the second inning. Crawdads score 2 runs on 3 hits. They lead it 3-2. Let's go to the third. You're listening to Crawdad Baseball on the Walnut Creek Crawdad Streaming Network. Casey Borba, Nico Button, Zach Tullerman here in the top of the third inning with the Crawdads leading 3-2. Ryan Delaney back to work, left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. The pitch, little inside, 1-0. Borba walked in the first, wasn't able to advance any further than that as the next guy, Nico Button, would fly out to left to end the inning. 1-0 pitch. This one hit well into left field. Camberg back, twisting at the track, still going there, and it's gone. Solo home run to start the third inning, and we're tied at 3.
Every now and then, these games where the ball starts to fly, this is kind of feeling like a Walnut Creek Lincoln game from the last couple of years. It feels like it's going to end, 15-12, 15-14. Balls are flying all over the yard, and 2 home runs in a day. These are 2 teams that have given up .2 home runs a game.
And that's just the 3rd home run that the Blues have hit all summer long, playing their 12th games of the season today as Button takes down low below the zone 1-0. Not a lot of power, but some powerful swings already for Blues batters as the 1-0 right on the corner and called a strike to even the count 1-1. Crawdads able to get 2 in the bottom of the second. That lead just now erased with the leadoff homer. Sliders in there for a strike, 1-2. 1-2 pitch, grounded softly, a couple of hops for second baseman Walker. Throws to first, And there's the first out of the inning.
Just found out on our Instagram story, an unnamed intern put back home on this Sunday Tuesday.
Oof.
I think they meant sunny Tuesday.
Sunny. It is sunny.
It is sunny.
Scattered clouds, but a beautiful day, about 90 degrees, let's call it. But it doesn't really feel that as the clouds covering the sun. A lot better than Sunday when we were
So
back
much
there.
better than Sunday.
Right-handed batter Zach Tollerman takes a ball, 1-0 pitch, off the outside, 2-0. Tollerman started things in the second for the Blues. Singled, came around to score. It's the start of a 2-run inning. At the time, put the Blues ahead 2-1. 2-0 pitch misses high, 3 balls, no strikes on the right-handed batter. Tollerman 6 for 12 to start his summer. He's been hot. 3-0. Ball to strike. Down below the zone. Tollerman was kind of getting ready to toss his bat back towards the dugout.
Beasley definitely kind of stole that one back there.
3-1. This one, ball 4, and that one should have been called a strike. So, a 1-out walk for Zach Tollerman. He's aboard for the second time today.
Second walk from Delaney through 2 1/3 innings. Not exactly where you'd want to be, but a guy that struggled from the walk, and you'll take it. He's been gotten a lot of soft contact, especially in the last inning. 4 singles that were relatively softly hit.
Including this guy, Brandon Comerford, as he takes a strike. It was softly hit single through the left side. Another guy that was able to come around and score. 0-1 pitch, blocked by Beasley. Looked like he went to a changeup, and the count evens 1-1.
Delaney, not a guy that gets a ton of ground balls, but if he's going to get one, this is the spot to do it. Make sure you kind of sit that changeup low.
1-1. Changeup off the outside, kind of poked back up the middle. DeFazio's got it, steps on second one, back to first. His throw in time to end the inning. Ryan Delaney able to escape the third inning. The Blues do get the one on the Casey Borba solo home run. We're tied at 3 going to the bottom of the third. Cummings, Kosciuszko, and Liao coming up for the home half of the third inning at Monte Vista High School. All knotted up at 3, SLO Blues and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Cummings coming up, solo homer on the first pitch he saw in the first inning. Facing the same pitcher, Logan Groff. Fastball in there for a strike. Looked like a pretty similar pitch to what we saw Cummings hit that home run on. No balls, a strike. The pitch, fastball grounded to the left side. Shortstop Medham's got it, goes across, and 6-3 on the putout for the first out of the third.
Medham makes it look easy, charges over towards the pitcher's mound, kind of fields a big hop, reads it perfectly, and is able to get to first in time. Nice play. There's no way this is Cole Kosciuszko's walk-up music. That's awesome.
So Cole Kosciuszko flew out to the warning track in left field. Left-handed batter swings through a changeup and it's 0-1. Pretty good pitch from
Yeah.
Logan Groff. We've saw a lot of fastballs in the first, a couple more sliders in the second. Now, already a few changeups here in the third. 0-1 pitch. Kosciuszko rips it down the line, but a foul ball. Just couldn't keep it fair, and the count's 0-2.
And you said Groff was, about 70% fastball. So you go up expecting fastball. Kosciuszko, if he gets a fastball on that first pitch, that ball is 450 feet over the Carson right field. But changeup swings over the top of it.
0-2. Foul tip in and out of the catcher Button's glove, and Kosciuszko is going to get a second life.
It's good to see Nico Button back there.
It is.
Had a really, really good year at Cal this year. And we kind of knew what you're going to get with Nico Button every day, behind the plate, at the dish.
0-2. Groff home. Curveball catches the corner. Strike 3. Kosciuszko knew it and takes with him. Third strikeout of the day for Groff and the second out of the third.
Yeah, 4-pitch see you later. Gets the first pitch chase on a changeup down low, and then hits one hard down the right side, but it's foul. Hits one out of the glove of Button, and then frees him with the slider. That's a 3-pitch mix from a guy in one at-bat that we've only seen, about 2 or 3 secondary pitches total before that at-bat.
So Ethan Liao was the first strikeout victim for Groff. That was to end the first inning. He stands in from the right side, and first pitch swinging. Bouncer to short. Medham's got it on a low hop. Throw from the second base bag is in time. A nice play from the shortstop, Jared Medham, to throw out Liao on the run. Dads go in order in the third. We'll go to the fourth. Tied at 3 with Austin Oda going to be taken over on the play-by-play.
Back at Monte Vista High School, Dads and Blues tied at 3 here in the top of the fourth. Ryan Delaney's been pretty efficient through his first 3 innings, facing Braden Mondo. Flies the first pitch off to the right side, 0-1.
Yeah, what I'll say about Delaney is we've gotten a lot of first pitch swinging, a lot of first pitch strikes. For the most part, pretty quality. A lot of weak contact on that first pitch, maybe some foul balls too.
0-1, catches the inside, 0-2. So Delaney ahead 0-2 for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I was just going to say they haven't really given him the chance to get to a 2-strike count.
Looking for strikeout number 1, slider down and away, 1-2. There's some action in the Crawdads bullpen. It looks like the new guy, Jackson Pace, is getting stretched out down there. We saw between innings, the other Jackson, spelled Jaxon, was warming up Mark Wolbert right-handed. 1-2 pop-up, right side. Casey Cummings coming in, but it's Walker, the second baseman, drifting back, and over his left shoulder makes the catch for out number 1.
Jackson Bird, man of many talents.
Yeah.
Can, throw 90 miles an hour left-handed, can hit balls 400 feet left-handed, and can throw right-handed. I've heard he can golf, too.
Yeah.
And plays cornhole.
Yeah.
Does it all.
So here is Bryson Hoyer. Hoyer, the left fielder, the strikeout batter today. 0-for-1 with a fly out to center field. Delaney from the windup. First pitch fastball, just a little high, 1-0. So 3 earned runs for Delaney in his 3 1/3 now innings, but I think the line is a little misleading. as the 1-0 is up and away 2-0.
I mean, he's working in the zone, which is never the worst thing. And there's just a lot of weak contact in the second inning, and the Blues were able to just take advantage and work their way around the bases.
2-0. Fastball inside 3-0.
And sometimes there's nothing that you can do about a homer. 1-0 count, and just trying to get back in the zone. Casey Borba didn't miss.
3-0 hit high and deep to left field. Camberg sprinting back over his right shoulder, looks up, it is gone. Just creeps over the fence in left field. A line drive laser on a 3-0 count, and the Blues retake a 4-3 lead.
Ball is flying today. It's the third home run that we've seen hit. That one, straight line. Exit. I mean, that's hit 19 degrees off the bat. I think the average in MLB is something like 26 for a home run. That was a low liner. And you're close to dry on it.
So 4-3 Blues lead here in the fourth. Jared Medham, the shortstop, open stance from the right side, watches the first pitch sail up and away 1-0. So get me over 3-0 fastball, middle. 1-0, outside ball 2.
Yeah, I mean, when he's fallen behind, that's when he's gotten hit hard. 3-0, that was a 2-0 on the other one.
2-0 hit hard towards the line and left, drops into the corner, all the way up against the wall on a pair of hops. Camberg is up with it. Medham is going to cruise into second. Back-to-back extra base knocks. 106 off the bat by Medham.
Yeah, not fooling anyone with that. Changeup hung right down the middle. And good swing from the number 9 man, Jared Medham. That was barrel.
Jackson Pace starting to throw with a little more authority in the Crawdads bullpen. As Austin Harrington's going to head out to the bump. I think it's a good time. What say you?
This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours, trying to hang on to the Old Town vibe.
Nope.
Oh, no.
No.
Small enough to
Buses
care.
I don't know if existed in the
No,
early 1900s.
They had to have. They definitely did.
Did they?
Someone look this up. When was the bus?
I don't know when the
Small enough to
bus
care,
was made.
large enough to compete. You want it? You want me to do it?
Sure, go for it. Go back.
Sonoma Stompers, Alameda Merchants at the College of Alameda tonight at 6. That's the only other CCL North game going on. 3 in the South. Arroyo Seco Saints Academy Barons at 6:05. The MLB Urban Youth Academy. San Diego Sunrays, Ventura County Pirates at Valley College, 6:15. And then at 7, the nightcap, Irvine Great Park, Conejo Oaks, and Orange County Riptide.
Here is Ethan Royal, the leadoff hitting center fielder for SLO. That's from the right side, 0 for 2. A line out to left and a fly out to right. Delaney works from the stretch with a runner on second and 1 down. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1.
It's a nice pitch. Got to live there if you're Delaney. Low and away. It's when we've seen him get some timely ground ball outs.
0-1. Tried to go back to that same spot. Missed down and outside. 1-1. 2 runs in the second, a run in the third and the fourth so far for the guests, the San Luis Obispo Blues. A run in the first, 2 in the second for the Crawdads. 1-1. Lunged at, fly to the right side over by where I used to park. 1-2.
Still pretty close. You're still in the danger zone over there.
100%. I live life on the edge.
Okay.
That's what I've always said about myself. Risk taker.
Yeah.
Delaney looks back to second. Now the 1-2 to Royal, hit high and deep center field. Coming, sprinting back towards the track, circles up. It is gone. 2 homers in the inning for San Luis Obispo. Came in a tie game. Now they've doubled the score. It's 6-3.
Well, we've seen a lot of power from a team that came in just 2 home runs in 11 games. And this one's straight away center. Not a no-doubter, but a good swing. And things have kind of fallen off the rails for Ryan.
Gotta think this could be his last batter. The left-handed hitting Jariah Lewis at the dish. Lewis 0 for 2. Matt Bullis not having it. You could hear enough of what he said, I think.
Yeah, I love listening. That's my favorite thing.
Lewis, first pitch, slider, call the that is a generous call from Matt Bullis.
That is a I control this game type of call.
Yeah. 0-1, front door slider, and that's right down the middle. 1-1. It's okay, Matt. We love you. 1-1. Down and away. Call it. Didn't get the call. 2-1. So Lewis 0 for 2, left-handed hitter, local kid from Pleasanton. Taps both sides of the plate, stands straight up in the left-handed batter's box. 2-1. Slider nubbed, left side. Calvillo was already in, fields it on the carpet, drops it, throws to first, on a line in time for out number 2.
What do they say? That had a lot of English on it?
Yeah.
Well, it did, off the end cap of the bat for Jariah Lewis. Ton of spin, and you could see it kind of just spun out of Calvillo's glove. Would have been tough to give him an error, but he's got a cannon. Cannon at the hot corner.
Here's Casey Borba, the third baseman, homered in his last at bat. 3 runs home in the inning for SLO. Delaney from the windup, third base side of the slab. First pitch to Borba, right-handed hitter, is a fastball on the inside corner, called strike 1.
Nice pitch, down and in. Almost off the plate, and with Borba kind of crowding the plate. That's right where you want to live.
0-1. Misses about 10 feet in front of home plate, a ball and a strike. 6-3, Crawdads trail here in the 4th. Jackson Pace warming up in the Dads bullpen. The 1-1. Up high, 2-1. Line to the left side, foul, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs as Borba steps out the right-handed batter's box, readjusts the batting gloves, and touches the top of the cap. Now steps back in. Delaney on the slab, ready with the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Muscled right side, going back. Kosciuszko, the first baseman, into foul territory, spins under it, makes the catch for out number 3. But the damage is done. 3 runs, a pair of bombs, and the Crawdads have some work to do. 6-3 the score when we come back. Crawdads trail by 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Looking to respond after a 3 spot by the Blues. It'll be Camberg, Walker, Calvillo, 5, 6, 7 in the Dads lineup to face the righty Parker Groff. First pitch to Camberg is a fastball, a little high, maybe a little outside, 1-0. Camberg saw a 2-2 fastball his last at bat and pummeled it to right center field. It's been his spot this summer. Crawdads trail by 3, a 1-0 count to the left-handed hitter. Groff from the stretch, fastball off the outside edge, 2-0. 3 home runs on the day for the Blues, who are not a home run hitting team. Had just 2 on the year coming into today. But the ball's flying. 2-0. Fastball on the outside edge, 2-1.
Yeah, we saw the Crawdads with, obviously Casey. That one just kept going and going, but some outs as well. Cole Kosciuszko right after him. Flew out to the warning track in left field on a ball that didn't look like it was going to get that far.
Camberg hits the 2-1 well to center field. Royal drifting back, now still going back, crashes against the wall, and makes the catch in center field for a loud out number 1.
Barrel for Aiden Camberg. 95 off the bat, 350 feet away from home plate, just dead center.
That'll bring up Isaiah Walker, who shot a single in the right field, his first at bat to bring home a run.
It's really interesting. The wind is almost blowing in, but the ball is carrying pretty well. I don't get it.
First pitch. Walker taps one high, chopper to third on a big hop. Borba has to throw across the diamond, does to retire. Walker for out number 2.
Well, 5 down in a row for Logan Groff. He's really settled down after not a great second inning in which he gave up 3 hits and a couple of runs. But weak contact there off the bat of Walker. High chopper. Nice job by Casey Borba to wait for that high hop and the strong throw and cross just in time.
Here's Cam Calvillo, who took his time getting to home plate. Calvillo, an RBI ground out back in his first at bat in the second. Bats with the bases empty and 2 outs. First pitch fastball right there on the outside, 0-1. Groff, as the game has gone on, I feel like he's gotten a little better. Starting to find the zone a little more consistently. 0-1. Flyer to the right side. It's going to get foul over by the Crawdads bullpen. 0-2.
He's still doing it with the fastball, too, and hasn't gotten a whole lot of swing and miss. But the stuff on the corners and, inducing some swings that are getting some ground balls and whatnot.
0-2. Slider down and away, 1-2. Calvillo was not expecting slider there, and how could he? I mean, Groff has really only thrown a handful of off-speed pitches, either the changeup or the slider. 1-2. Pitch home. Muscled up the middle slowly behind the second base bag. Met him. Charges. Throws to first in time for out number 3. A really nice play by the shortstop to end the inning. Dads go down 1-2-3. And now 8 straight set down by Groff. Led to the 5th, 6-3. Crawdads trail. A new pitcher for the Crawdads. It's the former Duck, Jackson Pace, making his first appearance in the red and black. He'll be facing 4-5-6 in the Blues lineup. Tell me about Jackson Pace.
Jackson Pace from the University of Oregon, 6'5", 215 pounds. Past 2 years at Oregon. Didn't pitch at all in the spring of this year, but a couple of years ago was all right. The ERA a little bit high, 8.67, but able to log 45 innings. Struck out 26 batters. The hit's a little high, but
Works from the windup. His first pitch is up and away, ball 1.
chance for him to lock in. Hasn't pitched over the spring, so gonna be fresh. Gonna be ready to go.
1-0. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-1.
About 90 miles an hour on the fastball. It looks like it got some movement on it. Kind of an interesting delivery. Kind of throws across his body.
Works from the windup and then kind of back to the batter. 1-1. Backdoor slider on the outside, 1-2. Hello.
Yeah, that's nasty.
That'll play.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I've watched a lot at Oregon. He was Oregon's Sunday guy to start last spring. Looking for strikeout number 1 against the former Crawdad. Rears with the 1-2. It is tapped slowly. Shortstop DeFazio on 2 big hops is able to take his time and retire Button at first. 6-3 on the putout. And Pace had a really, really good start to his freshman year. Through his first 4 or 5 starts, the Ducks had won all of them, and the ERA was low. Then as conference play got started for Oregon, kind of started going a little less deep into games. The runs, he had a couple really, really bad outings. One against Oregon State, one against Washington where he didn't record an out, but the stuff is there. First pitch, front door slider, called strike 1, and you can see the stuff play already.
Yeah, absolutely. The walks were kind of a problem. 26 walks, 26 strikeouts, but he's able to get that down. I mean,
0-1, fly ball right side, shallow. Sprinting in Wolbert, going back is Walker. He will reach out and make the catch to his left for out number 2.
Okay, Isaiah. Long way to go to get that one, and I thought that was Wolbert's ball off the bat all the way. But Wolbert kind of playing a little bit too deep. Walker showing off the range.
I told you this earlier today. I got to talk to Jackson Pace after his first collegiate win. One of my most liked tweets of all time, I think.
Really?
Shout out me. Here's Brendan Comerford. How am I going to make this about me is the question I ask myself every day. As Pace tries to go front door on the slider and hits Comerford on the backside.
What was the tweet?
I was just like, want to know what it's like seeing a guy after his first collegiate win? Here it is.
How many did it get?
I don't know. It was big back then before I, became the Twitter legend that I am.
Like 12 likes?
Something like that.
Oof. That's my average.
Yeah,
Get
whatever.
your numbers up.
Here's Braden Mondo. Designated hitter, 1 for 2, a pop out and a single. First pitch to Mondo. High leg kick, fastball, right on the outside, 0-1. And talk about how much Oregon trusted Jackson Pace back in 2023. He started Game 3 of the Super Regionals.
Yeah, that tells you a lot.
No balls and a strike. Pace, the righty, with the 0-1. Fastball swung on and missed, went way up high. Got to chase 0-2. He actually did, he did well enough that game. I think he went 4 innings of 3-run ball and keeps you in the game as a true freshman. Biggest start of your life after not pitching for about a month. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pace from the stretch looking for his first Crawdad strikeout. The 0-2. Slider down and away. Beasley's able to kind of knock it down to the ground. 1-2.
Beasley looked like almost a first baseman on that, kind of just throwing that left arm out, doing anything he could to keep it in front because it was pull yanked into the left-handed batter's box. A good job to keep the runner on first.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on first here in the 5th. Pitch to Mondo. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Buried the slider down and away. That is a really, really nice pitch from Jackson Pace. First shutdown inning for the Crawdads since the first. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. 6-3, Crawdads trail. Bottom half of the 5th inning. It'll be Nico DeFazio to lead off. DeFazio, Beasley, Wolbert. Crawdads trail by 3.
Got to get one back here. You know, you don't want to get into the later innings and be trailing 3 or more. Inch back early. So in, in the 8th and maybe the 9th, you got a good chance if you're trailing.
First pitch, DeFazio lines one straight back, 0-1. I think if you're the Crawdads, you don't want to play the bottom of the 9th.
You're probably right.
Probably. I tend to have really good baseball takes like that.
Yeah.
No balls and a strike. DeFazio watches. It's like change up on the outside, 0-2.
But if you're to get to the bottom of the 9th, you don't want to be trailing 3. And that is for sure. 1 maybe you can deal with. If you're tied, great.
0-2. Down and away with slider 1 and 2. Crawdads have, under Brant Cummings, been a really, really good comeback team.
Yeah, and we saw it all last year, and we've seen it even this year a little bit.
Yeah, 1 walk-off win this year. The come-from-behind wins haven't been as big as they were last year.
Also haven't been playing from behind that much.
1-2 runs tight. Flashbacks to the other day when Nico DeFazio got hit in the face. It's got to be an uncomfortable at-bat right now.
Yeah, I think every at-bat for
forever.
Maybe ever, yeah. At least a month is going to be a little nerve-wracking.
2-2. Slider grounded softly to third over the third base bag. They're going to call it foul. First baseman Tollerman picked that ball with his bare hand. It wasn't thrown hard, but still kind of cool.
Show it off.
Yeah.
Soft.
6-3, Crawdads trail, bottom of the 5th. Here at home for the Crawdads. Looking to protect their home turf. High set from the righty Groff. Now to the plate with the 2-2. Is tapped up back to Groff. Big hop on the mound. Will shuffle step over to first and retire DeFazio for out number 1.
Throw a laser to first. No need for that. DeFazio is out by a lot, but that could be a tough one. Pitcher thrown on top of the mound over to first. Could be awkward, but he's able to throw a strike over there for the first out.
Here's Nikhil Beasley needing a knock. Got struck out on about 7 pitches his first at bat. Worked a full count, then swung through a 3-2 fastball. First pitch he sees in his second at bat, spins him back, 1-0. Beasley, tall right-handed batter, stands about 6'4" in the right-hand batter's box, taps at the far edge of the plate. Now holds his hands straight apart from his chest. 1-0. Lines it back, 1-1.
Good rip. Good swing. A lot of intent behind it. If he got it, it would have gone. Just a little under it.
The ball is striking out here in the 5th. The pitch to Beasley. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to be caught behind the bag by the shortstop. Throws on the run wide of first. And Beasley will get on with a hit.
Yeah, that's got to be a base hit because that's an insane play by Jared Medham. We've seen him show off the glove a few times, and it's just been impressive.
I got to look up some Jared Medham numbers because he has been pretty unbelievable at shortstop today.
St. Mary's College product. I remember he made some good plays in a Tuesday game against Santa Barbara.
That'll bring up Mark Wolbert, Crawdads right fielder. 0 for 2, but it's hit the ball well both times to left field. First pitch, line to the left, foul, 0-1. And I love that oppo approach from Wolbert. We've seen him pull a lot of balls, especially on the ground, but if he can start going the other way, balls in the air, it's a good combination. No balls and a strike. Crawdads left-handed hitting right fielder. A long wait by Groff. Now to the plate. Wolbert skies it to the left side, foul, 0-2. And yeah, the eye test is confirmed by the synergy metrics on D1 baseball. 5 defensive runs saved this year for Medham at shortstop. It's pretty good.
Yeah. They've got WAR on there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Wolbert. Hit high, medium deep left field, but right there is Hoyer, the left fielder. Barely has to move as he makes the catch for out number 2.
I don't think he had to move at all. I mean, that was just right at him. He stood like a statue, and it just dropped right down into the basket. Like Wolbert just missed it, trying to go the other way. We've almost seen a change of an approach. He's pull in the last few games, but today, going the opposite field in all 3 of his at-bats.
Here's Casey Cummings, homered back in the first and then grounded out to Medham back in the third. Runner on first, 2 down, first pitch. Cummings watches a slider, down and away, 1-0.
It's a good take. Seen him swing over the top of that a few times this summer. Pretty good pitch. Good leave.
Beasley extends his lead off first. Now the 1-0 to Cummings. High and tight, 2-0.
Look out.
Crawdads would love to get Casey Cummings on and send it to Cole Kosciuszko. Homered back in the game on Sunday. 2 balls and no strikes. The hitters count to the Crawdads center fielder. Pitch. Line drive right side, but it's right at Jariah Lewis, the right fielder, who reaches up and to his left and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So the Crawdads get a 1-out single, but strand Nikhil Beasley at first. Jackson Pace back out to the bump when we come back. Back for the top of the 6th inning. Austin Oda, Carson Mercier on the call. Crawdads fans, what do you know about Eau Claire?
Probably, I'm going to guess, not a lot.
Here's Bryson Hoyer, who homered back in his last at-bat, his first of the year. That one with 1 out in the 4th. That gave SLO the lead. Jackson Pace back out for his 2nd inning of work. Fires a fastball up and away. Ball 1. Carson, what do you know about Eau Claire?
Brady Reynolds, Stanford legend. Ryan Speshak, Stanford a legend.
1-0, fly to the left side, foul on the 1-1. Is that our glorious king?
Yeah, it's our king. Both play for the Eau Claire Express of the Northwoods League.
I'm sure live streaming a video and live streaming video is really good for our hotspot.
It's probably fine.
1-1. Backdoor slider at the knees on the outside, 1-2.
It's a nice pitch. Slider's a good one from Pace.
And if he gets Bryson Hoyer on a strikeout, someone would win something. The 1-2. There it is. Backdoor slider, strike 3 called. Meadowlark token for number 22.
Perfect. Right on the outer corner. Backdoored him.
I have to make sure Mac does it right. That's why I went quiet there. Here's Jared Medham, the shortstop, open stance, hands held high over his right shoulder. First pitch to him. Slider on the outside. That might be the best pitch on the Crawdads.
That's a good one. Definitely up there. It's just super deceptive. The delivery is just, you don't see it all that often.
0-1. Fastball line to the right side, foul, nothing in 2. He closes off to home plate kind of like Ryan Walker on the Giants. Doesn't have that same like high 3/4 release, but closes off the same way, and it's deceptive.
Yeah, it's like his back is facing home plate halfway through his lineup.
0-2. Slider down and away, 1-2.
Wind up, I should say. His leg kick, top of his leg kick and his back, his numbers are facing home plate.
1 ball, 2 strikes and an out here in the 6th. Crawdads trail 6-3. After they had a 6-game win streak snapped back on Saturday, got back in the win column Sunday, looking to start another streak. 1-2. Try to go back to the front door on the slider. Missed it. 2-2. And to think Jackson Pace hasn't thrown in a live game in a year. I mean, do you count fall ball?
No.
So he hasn't thrown in a live game since Game 3 of the Super Regionals last year. It's been a while. The 2-2. Front door slider, just a little tight. Didn't get the call. Did miss, but not by much. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 6th. Pace set below the belt. Now brings his glove just in front of his face. Faces it back towards first base, and the 3-2 is on the outside corner with a fastball called strike 3. 90 on the gun. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Jackson Pace.
Back-to-back looking, dotted up. I know that Medham had a problem with it, but it was on the corner, right on the black, perfectly located, 90 miles an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Ethan Royal, who had the back-breaking home run back in the 4th. That made it 6-3. That's where the score stands right now. All 6 runs off Ryan Delaney. Jackson Pace has been really good since he's come in. First pitch to Royal. Line drive left center field. That's going to drop in the gap for a base knock. Over to cut it off is Cummings. He drops the ball, but staying at first is going to be Royal. So a hard hit 2-out knock.
Second extra base hit of the day for Royal. Homer double halfway to the cycle.
If only that was a double.
That was not a double.
Still is halfway to the cycle.
Yeah, exactly. And it was hit hard. Barrel. That's what I meant. It was a barrel. Second barrel of the day.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, love that.
Here is Jariah Lewis, the right fielder. Hits from the left side. Stands straight in the batter's box with his bat parallel to the ground. First pitch. Runs inside on a fastball. 1-0. Liked what I've seen from Jackson Pace, though, so far.
Yeah, it's been low 90s. That's good. Great curveball, slider. That's really good.
1-0. Long hold. Runner starts and stops from first. Fastball at the knees, 1-1.
Nicely located. If Jackson Pace can live down in the zone with the fastball, kid's going to cause some problems.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pace. Set. And the 1-1. Runner goes. Pitch is down. Beasley up and throwing to second. Just a little late as the tag from DeFazio is in front of the second base bag. A stolen base for Royal. 2-1 count at the plate.
It's a good throw from Nikhil Beasley, but high leg kick from Jackson Pace. And Royal's got some wheels. Got in just ahead of the throw. It was a pretty money throw from Beasley.
2 balls and a strike. Runner on second now is Royal. Pitch to Lewis is line to the right side. Foul. Cleared it out, but just over the head of the first base umpire, who is Ron Masso. CCL legend, Permac. At third base, by the way, for you, is Robert McGee.
Robert, thank you, sir.
Rob, Ron, Matt. It's a good trio. Deuces wild here in the 6th. Pace looks back to second. Now the 2-2 is on the outside corner, called strike 3. Pace gives up a 2-out knock, but strikes out the side. He's up to 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, see if the Crawdads can bring that momentum back into the Crawdads dugout on the other side. 6-3 Crawdads trail here in the bottom of the 6th from Monte Vista High School. 3-4-5 in the Crawdads lineup, part of the order that needs to do some damage. It's still the same arm. It's still Logan Groff on the mound, who had 8 innings coming into today, and he's already working into the 6th in his first start of this 2-game series. Kosciuszko 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout looking. That was the last strikeout for Groff as the righty delivers. Kosciuszko flies it left center and deep. Going back Royal at the track, looks up, it's gone. Oppo Taco, Cole Kosciuszko, 6-4. The score now as Kosciuszko's got his 4th of the year.
Just missed it in the first. Didn't miss it right there. What a swing from the kid. Love it.
He's awesome.
Really good player.
The CCL's leader in home runs adds to his tally. Needed it. Here's Ethan Liao. 0 for 2 is Liao, but hey, so was Kosciuszko. First pitch, Liao watches the slider down and away, 1-0. It must be nice for Liao to see some strikes after he saw 16 balls in 4 of his at-bats the other day. He walked 4 times, and in those 4 walks, didn't see a strike.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Here, taps one slowly, third base side, charging Borba behind the third base bag, throws to first, but it's foul.
And at one point had seen 12 straight balls.
Yeah.
Which you don't really see that. I don't think ever. How many times have you
Not
been
often.
watching a baseball game and one guy sees 12 straight balls and 3 straight at-bats?
Especially because the pitching wasn't great the other day, especially in terms of the ball to strike ratio. But it wasn't like they were walking guys around Liao that much the other day.
Right.
1 ball and a strike here to the Crawdads' designated hitter today. 1-1. Slider outside, 2-1. Crawdads now trail by just 2 with some action in the Blues bullpen. There's a righty up and throwing. Looks like Sammy Friedrich. 2-1. Liao lines it slowly up the middle behind the second base bag. The second baseman, Comerford, drops it. An error.
I don't know.
I think error.
All right.
But a base runner.
Base runner. Yep. Back-to-back base runners. That's great. I'd give him a hit there. That's a tough play for a second baseman to make. All the momentum moving towards the third base bag, my opinion, means nothing. So E4, but a base runner.
Here's Aiden Camberg. If I'm the Crawdads, this is one of the guys I want up right now. Guy that's hit the ball hard both times. Just missed one to center field back in his last at-bat. Also ripped a double into right center the at-bat before. 6-4 Crawdads trail, but a runner on first. That's the tying run, I should say, at the plate. Now 2 arms up in the Blues bullpen. Righty on lefty, first pitch. Camberg golfs at it, flips it foul off to the left, 0-1.
That was an awkward swing. Just down, in, off-speed pitch. Looked like Camberg was just trying to get a piece.
Groff from the stretch with a runner on first, throws that way. It's kind of a laser beam over to first, but back in safely is Liao. 2 arms. We mentioned the righty. Friedrich up. There's also a lefty throwing down there. Throw over to first. Liao's in just ahead of the throw. It looks like maybe Jack Sand is the lefty. There's only 2 lefties on the roster for the Blues. This is, it looks like Sand. Lefty from Washington. 0-1. Just a little outside, 1-1. 6-4, Crawdads trail by 2, but the tying run at the dish. Daniel Velichko getting loose in the Crawdads bullpen. It looks like the day for pace might be done. 1-1. Outside ball 2.
And pace was good. Hasn't really thrown a lot. That's, 2 innings for a guy that probably hasn't thrown to a live batter since
At least the fall.
like November. Yeah, it's pretty good.
2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Groff set and the 2-1. Hit high and deep right field, but it's hooking and it'll go foul. Gave it a good ride, hit it over to the softball field, 2-2.
81 miles an hour just right down the middle, and Camberg a little out in front. That was a mistake. Groff is lucky.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Groff, all of his focus at home plate. Now he throws over to first. Liao's back in head first. Crawdads with back-to-back runners to start the inning. Cole Kosciuszko, the first pitch he saw, took it out to left center. Then Ethan Liao reached on an air. The 2-2 to Aiden Camberg is fly to the left side. That'll go foul. Good at bat by Camberg after he was out in front on the changeup, was a little late on the fastball, but was able to hit it foul and stay alive.
Yep, 2 strikes. It's nicely located outer corner, so a good job by Camberg. Get a piece, see another pitch, stay alive, live the good fight.
The 2-2. Tap to first. Tollerman fields it in foul territory. And the Crawdads get lucky. That was a pretty easy double play.
Yeah, would have been pretty easy, but down the line, a little foul. Game of inches.
So really good at bat being put together by Camberg. See if he can take advantage. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the 6th. Groff with the 2-2. It is swung on and missed. Fastball up high. Got him to chase. 4th strikeout for Groff.
89, top of the zone. And that's just a nice sequencing right there by Logan Groff. Kind of going back and forth. Fastball, changeup. And Camberg caught guessing.
That'll bring up Isaiah Walker, who's got a single and a ground out today, 1 for 2. Walker hits from the right side. Now waves his bat up and down. First pitch, fly to the right side, foul, 0-1. Crawdads trailed by 2, but have scored a run in the inning. Runner on first is Liao. No balls in a strike. Set just above the belt as Groff takes a deep breath. A long wait, now the 0-1 is on the outside corner button, fakes a throw back to first, but back in standing is Liao, no balls and 2 strikes. The wind has kind of completely died down at Monte Vista. The flag in right center field is limp. 0-2. Walker taps one to short, could be 2. Met him, retreats, goes to second 1, throw back to first, just a little late, and pulling Tollerman off the bag was the throw, as Walker beats it out on the back end. Fielder's choice.
Yeah, kind of just change up, middle of the zone that Walker kind of just flips the barrel at. And, yeah, lucky to not ground into a double play. Good wheels, good hustle.
Here's Calvillo, 0 for 2 on RBI. Has grounded out both times, 1 to second, 1 to short. Holds the bat high over his head. First pitch, Walker runs. Pitch fly to right side. Charging is the right fielder, Lewis, towards the line. He will go into a slide, and he cannot make the catch. Walker was at third as the ball kicks high off the chest of Button. Now Walker kind of freezes between third and home, as it's going to be a knock for Calvillo. I think Walker wishes he could have that play back.
And, you know, I think Brendan Comerford wishes he could, too. Second baseman was covering second on the steal attempt, and could have easily been caught. But Jariah Lewis playing deep, played it on a hop. That was circus-like play.
Well, here's Nico DeFazio. Big spot for the guy who just came off what, for all intents and purposes, the injured list. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. First pitch, DeFazio flares one, shallow, left center, charging in Royal. Coming in, lays out, can't make the catch, it gets past him. Calvillo racing around third, will be held up there. It's an RBI double for Nico DeFazio. The Crawdads cut into the deficit at 6-5.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Take it. Take them all. This one not hit hard off the bat, almost jammed him, but able to drop it right in front of Royal. Take that every day, tying around 90 feet away.
And it looks like this will be the day for Logan Groff. The Blues manager taking a slow walk out to the mound. Double-barreled action in the Blues bullpen, a lefty and a righty. As now the Blues manager finally crosses the chalk line. Should we take a look?
I mean, nothing's changed since the last time.
Oh, right. Games don't even start till 6, so we'll give you a look in about 20 minutes. 6-5 the score here. Crawdads have scored 2 here in the 6th to bring it back to a 1-run game. And kind of similar to how the Blues scored a lot of their runs back in the 2nd. Bloops, knocks that got through. Baseball's going to baseball, and it all evens out at some point.
Yeah, a couple of back-to-back bloops. How about the blast for Nikhil Beasley? Why not? Take a 3-run shot right here.
6-5 the score here in the 6th. Nikhil Beasley got a hit in his last at-bat, looking to keep it going. Has really struggled since the turn of conference play, really has struggled all summer, but in the biggest spot he's had so far. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Still the righty Groff on the mound. The first pitch. Beasley watches a front door slider at the knees on the inside, 0-1. Still Sand, the lefty getting loose in the bullpen for San Luis Obispo. No balls and a strike. Pitch from Groff. Slider on the outside. Now Beasley's going to have to fight.
Yeah, back-to-back with that. Interested to see if he's going to triple up on it because Beasley doesn't look like he wants to swing at it.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Calvillo off 3rd. DeFazio off 2nd. Groff in his 6th inning of work. The 0-2 is hit high, medium, deep, left center field. Royo charging in, will slow down and make the catch to end the inning. So Beasley protects with 2 strikes, but can't come through. Crawdads put 2 on the board, and it's a 1-run game when we come back in the 7th. A 1-run game here in the top of the 7th. A new pitcher for the Crawdads. It's the righty, Daniel Velichko.
0-1 win-loss, 6th appearance of the summer. ERA at 12, 9 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts. That's good. 7 walks, not so good. 12 hits, really not that good. But
first pitch he throws is a strike. That
is good. But I will say this. A lot of multi-inning appearances for Velichko.
Yep.
One usually really solid, and then one the stuff kind of starts to falter off. So just got to get used to working multiple innings.
a 1 looked like had a little cut. Ball off the outside. 1-1.
Because the stuff I think is pretty good from
Yeah.
Velichko.
He had a really good year at Chabot, and that is a hitter's conference. A 1 misses down and away. 2-1.
Take some time to adjust. I know that the ERA is high, but I think that he's going to settle in and eat some innings. He's got good stuff.
2-1. Fastball tapped to third. Calvillo gets the big hop, lunges down to get it. Sidearms to first, a little high, but a big target in Cole Kosciuszko to reach out and grab it for out number 1.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird hop for Calvillo. Wasn't sure if he was going to wait back and try and pick the short hop. Came forward as that one was coming down on the backhand, threw across in time. Nice play over at the hot corner.
And how about the day for Jackson Pace? 2 innings, a hit, no walks, 4 strikeouts, no runs. He was really good. Former Crawdad Nico Button watches the first pitch fastball. Maybe up, maybe away.
Who knows?
Kind of neither. 1-0. Fastball at the knees on the outside, 1-1. I got to talk to Nico for a while pregame. Sometimes, you know, there's some guys that you kind of just forget how much you enjoy being around and just talking baseball with. 1-1, outside and low, 2-1.
I think Nico was an underrated part of last year.
100%.
I mean, to bat that guy 8th, and he got on base 45% of the time, something crazy like that.
2-1. Hit well to center field. Cummings started back now, has to sprint in, but slows down and makes the grab for out number 2. Kind of off the end of the bat.
Yeah, never going to hit for a lot of power, but he's going to place the ball in the right spot a lot, and he's never going to strike out. And that's big in college baseball. Not ever striking out is valuable.
Really good defensive player behind the plate.
Smart.
Super smart, yeah.
Smart baseball player.
Here's
Really
Zach.
like watching him play. Sorry.
Here's Zach Tollerman. Righty on righty. Velichko delivers a slider that misses up high. Tollerman, local kid. Couple Berkeley High kids at home plate right now. A ball and no strikes to the righty Tollerman. On the inside edge with a fastball, 1-1.
Almost looked like it has some cut on it. Starts it in off the plate, and it ends up right there.
1-1. There's that cutter again off the mask of Beasley. 1-2. Cutter's pretty solid.
Yeah. You can pair that with an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, one that goes straight. You're going to get a lot of, jam shots, sweet ground balls, broken bats.
Nikhil Beasley makes everyone look small. Daniel Velichko's what, 5'10", 5'11"? He's not like a small guy. Nikhil Beasley's just gigantic.
Yeah, he is. You don't really see a lot of tall catchers.
Right, yeah.
It is weird.
A ball and 2 strikes. Velichko delivers a fastball down low, 2-2.
Doesn't really make taller men look small.
No.
Taller man's a big dude.
Yeah. Breed him different out in Berkeley.
Yeah.
Deuce is wild here in the 7th. The pitch is just a little low and away. Check swing. Did he go? No. Says the first base umpire. 3-2.
Pretty good. Pretty good pitch. Got the nibble. Tallerman not going around. Good discipline to lay off. Cutter's got some wicked movement.
3-2. Swing and a miss. A sword on a fastball up high. First strikeout. And Daniel Velichko goes 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. We will stretch. When we come back, the Crawdads will try to tie or take the lead. 6-5 the score here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Top of the lineup due up for the Crawdads against the new pitcher. It's the lefty, Jack Sand.
Jack Sand from UW, University of Washington. 0-1, 7 games he appeared in. Only 8 2/3 innings pitched. 5.19 ERA. 13 strikeouts in those 8 2/3. So pretty good stuff. And we saw a fastball sweeper. Some deception from the southpaw.
He'll be facing the top of the Crawdads lineup, 6'5", Walnut Creek Trails. Lefty on lefty, Mark Wolbert, the first hitter, watches a first pitch slider just a little tight, 1-0.
I mean, you could tell Wolbert kind of bailing out of the way of that one. Weird arm angle from Sand.
Struggles a little bit with the walk, 1-0. Fastball on the inside at the knees, 1-1. Kind of got some good natural lefty two-seam action.
Not going to blow you away, but probably going to miss a lot of barrels.
1-1. Slider down and away, 2-1.
He gave up less than a hit per inning pitched at University of Washington. So, yeah, I mean, it was really just the walks that kind of plagued him. 7 walks in those 8 innings.
Can't remember. I think I may have seen him live this year. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball, and Wolbert was kind of late on it on the ball up high, 2-2. I'll check. I want to see if I did. That was the only real series I really watched for Oregon baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for strikeout number 1. Down and away.
What kind of fan are you?
Not a fan. Media member.
Oh, well, what kind of media member are you?
One that traveled once. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the Crawdads leadoff hitting right fielder. The full count pitch is inside and low, ball 4. So Crawdads have a base runner to start the 7th, trailing by 1. Leadoff walks.
They come around to score 90% of the time. Don't quote me on that, but good start. Casey Cummings homered in the 1st. Let's see a favorable matchup for him here. Guy not throwing too hard from the right side. Let's see if we can cheese him a little bit.
I did see Jack Sand pitch this year, in case you were wondering. Gave up a hit. A run. Yeah. Here's Casey Cummings, right-handed hitter with power. 1 for 3 with a home run today. Throw over to first. Wolbert's back in, lunging with his right foot. Runner on first for the Crawdads here in the 7th from Monte Vista High School. Power's been on display for both squads. 3 home runs for San Luis Obispo today. 2 for the Crawdads. There were combined 10 home runs by both teams coming into today. First pitch. Cummings watches, down and away, 1-0. So some synchronized stretching in the Crawdads bullpen. Can't see who it is, but there's a pair of them.
I think there's 3.
Maybe, yeah, that's how you know it's synchronized. And now 4.
Wow.
1-0. Cummings swings through a fastball, 1-1. I know Cal Johnson is on the hot list today. Daniel Velichko likely going at least 1 more inning. A ball and a strike. Wolbert, good speed on first. See if he decides to run at any point in this at-bat. Kind of inches his lead a little further. Sand throws that way, though. Keeps him there.
Wolbert picked that up pretty quick, but I think that's a fairly decent move to first base. Maybe a little quick, a little different from his move towards the plate. But I could definitely see how he'd pick some guys off this year.
A ball and a strike from the lefty. Looks to first. Now the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. 6-5 Crawdads trail here in the 7th. It was kind of back and forth through the first couple innings. It was tied at 3 after 3, but then SLO was able to score 3 in the 4th. Pair of home runs in that inning, all the 6 runs off Ryan Delaney. Crawdads bullpen has been good since. Sand ready, looks to first where Wolbert stands. Now the 2-1 to Cummings. Slider just a little low, 3-1.
Good take now, advantage count. Don't want to expand, right? Sand walked the leadoff guy. 3-1 count. Cummings has to really, really like the pitch that he sees to swing.
Wolbert off first. Sand to the plate with the 3-1. It is called a strike on the inside. Button dropped it. It was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, and I think a pretty good take, too, because even if Casey swings at that, it's so perfectly located, he's probably just going to pound it into the ground right at met him at short or on the ground to third. So good take. 3-2. Give you 3 for a reason.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Wolbert off first. Now the 3-2. Up and away, ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Crawdads. That'll bring up Cole Kosciuszko.
And the tying run to second base. Good start. Pitching has been doing their job. 3 straight donuts on the scoreboard out in the left. Leaving it up to the offense.
This is the guy you want up. Home run in his last at-bat. Back-to-back games with tanks. Lefty on lefty. Kosciuszko ready at the dish. 1 for 3 with that home run. Runners on first and second. First pitch. Little inside, 1-0.
Probably taking till a strike for Cole Kosciuszko because he can hit the left-handed batter or pitcher from the left side. Not afraid of anyone. Sand not going to overpower him.
1-0. A long wait. Now Sand to the plate. Kosciuszko flies one off to the left, foul, 1-1. Got a good pitch to hit.
That was 83 center cut.
Some action in the bullpen again for the Blues. There's a righty up and throwing. It's like Eddie Tierney. 1-1. Down and away with the curveball, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs. Crawdads trail, but just by 1 with a tying run at second. Low set from Sand, plants the right foot forward. Now looks back to second. The 2-1. Kosciuszko takes tight, ball 3.
Another 3-ball count for Sand. I mean, this stuff is good. Just has no idea where it's going, and it's plagued him in this inning.
Eddie Tierney, the righty, getting loose in the bullpen as Nico Button heads out to the mound to talk with his young pitcher. Three balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on first and second for the Crawdads. A 1-run game here in the 7th. Sand has walked the first 2 batters in the inning. Comes set. 3-1 to Kosciuszko. Down low, ball 4. Back to back to back walks. It's a walkathon. And the Crawdads have loaded the bases for Ethan Liao.
Guy that you want up. 0 for 3. Been swinging a hot bat. Favorable matchup. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. And it looks like there's going to be a pitching change.
We'll see. And it is. Tierney's going to come in. We're going to step aside. Bases loaded, no outs. Crawdads trailing by 1 when we come back. A one-run game here in the 7th. The Crawdads have the bases loaded, and San Luis Obispo is going to have to bring in a new pitcher. It's the righty, Noah Ferguson.
From Oregon State was solid in 14 innings with the Beavers in a big spot here.
Bases loaded, no outs. Ethan Liao at the plate is 0 for 3. Righty delivers the first pitch, up and out, ball 1.
ERA just a little bit over 4.0 or 4.40. Walks per 9. He walked a batter per inning. Not great, but struck out 19 in 14 innings.
Wolbert, Cummings, Kosciuszko, your runners 3rd to 1st. 1-0. Slider called a strike on the outside, 1-1. Not a bad take by Liao. Great speed on the bases, kind of all around for the Crawdads. Especially runners on 2nd and 3rd. Wolbert and Cummings. Kosciuszko's got good speed over at first, especially once he gets going. Infield is in. 1-1. Liao swings and misses. Slider down low, 1-2.
Slider looks like a pretty good pitch. Saw Ferguson up to 92 in his warm-up. Brings the gas. The slider's a good one. Liao's got to protect, preferably a ball in the air.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the 7th. Ferguson, the righty. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Buried the slider. Liao goes down on 4 pitches.
That's
huge out, number 1.
Yeah, huge to get that out. You're coming in, bases loaded, nobody out. You either want infield pop-up or a strikeout. He gets the strikeout, and now ground ball potentially gets you out of the inning.
Middle infield's going to play back and slightly shifted over to the right with the corners still playing in. Tallerman at 1st and Borba at 3rd. Camberg at the dish, 1 for 3, a double, a strikeout, and a flyout deep to center field. First pitch to him. Outside corner with a fastball, 0-1.
This is an exciting matchup.
Power on power.
Yeah, power versus power. Camberg swinging a hot bat, and Ferguson has thrown a couple of scoreless innings this summer.
1-run game here in the 7th. Bases loaded for Walnut Creek. The 0-1. Slider just a little low. Good take by Camberg.
Yeah, down by the back foot. And yes, no from Camberg. Sitting on the heater.
Wolbert at 3rd. Cummings at 2nd. The biggest lead of the 3 with Kosciuszko straight behind Tallerman, the first baseman. The 1-1 to Camberg. Swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees, 1-2. Got to shorten up. Got to put the ball in play. Crawdads loaded the bases on 3 walks off Jack's Sand. He was quickly replaced by the righty Ferguson. He comes set with the bases loaded, the 1-2 to Camberg. Fouled straight back. Got a good piece of it right on the fastball.
Yeah, he was on time. Just a little under it. Good cut. Good pitch, top of the zone. This is a fun at-bat.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded in the 7th. Ferguson from the stretch. The 1-2. Just a little outside with a slider. 2-2.
Good take. It was off the plate.
Didn't miss by much. Pitch that really could have gone either way. Now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Corners are in, middle infield back at double play depth. The outfield pretty straight up with a big hole in left center. Ferguson ready. The 2-2. Up and away, ball 3. Action pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mark Wolbert, Casey Cummings, Cole Kosciuszko, your runners 3rd to 1st. All 3 of them walked. A strikeout from Ethan Liao and a 3-2 count to Camberg. The pitch. Up high, ball 4. What an at-bat by Aiden Camberg. We are tied at 6.
It's a battle. I mean, he fouled off some tough pitches in that at-bat. Camberg, I mean, his ability to hit is impressive. His ability to walk is impressive. And he gets a big one in a big spot to tie the game. Credit him with a run batted in.
Here's Isaiah Walker. Crawdads in the same spot. Put the ball in play, preferably in the air. But now, the go-ahead run just 90 feet away here in the 7th. First pitch to Walker with the bases loaded and 1 out. Way outside, Button drops it, but Cummings has to freeze at 3rd. Button was set on the inside and had to backhand it. Was lucky to keep it that close. Walker, 1 for 3 with a run batted in, a pair of steals. He scored a pair of runs as well. Had a good all-around game, playing a really nice second base after he's kind of moved there permanently. Ferguson set above the belt with his back facing first base. The 1-0. Fly ball right side, that'll trail foul, 1-1. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Crawdads. 6 runs, 9 hits and an error for SLO. 6 runs, 8 hits and an error for the Crawdads. About as evenly matched as you can get here in the 7th. The 1-1 to Walker. Slider pounded, left field and deep. Going back Hoyer, at the track, he looks up, it is off the wall. Scoring is Cummings, right behind him Kosciuszko. It's a loud single, but it's a 2-run single, and the Crawdads take a 2-run lead as the ball gets to the backstop on the throw. Moving up to second is Walker, moving up to third is Camberg. It is 8-6 Crawdads.
That was a powerful swing from Isaiah Walker. I mean, I thought it was out the whole time. 93 off the bat, 357 feet. I mean, he probably needed to hit it 358, and it would have been a homer. Oh, what a swing.
That is the best Isaiah Walker swung the bat this year. That ball was tagged. Runners on second and third. Infield has to come in. Here's Cam Calvillo. 3 runs home in the inning. 8-6 Crawdads lead. Righty Ferguson set with the infield all the way in. First pitch to Calvillo. Up high with a fastball, 1-0. Wolbert, Cummings, and Kosciuszko all walked against Jack Sand. They brought in the new pitcher, did San Luis Obispo. Noah Ferguson struck out Ethan Liao. Camberg worked a walk, and then Isaiah Walker, the biggest hit of his Crawdads career. The 1-0. On the outside at the knees with a fastball, 1-1.
Nicely located right there from Ferguson. Calvillo knows what he has to do. Put a ball in the air. Score a run. Good wheels on third.
Crawdads were down 6-3 going into the bottom half of the 6th, but 5 unanswered. 1-1. Calvillo lines it through the right side. That's a base knock past the dive of Comerford. Coming home to score is Camberg. Walker's going to be held up. It's an RBI single for Cam Calvillo. It's a 4 spot in the 7th, and the Crawdads lead it 9-6.
Attaboy, Cam Calvillo going the other way. And with the infield in, Comerford just not able to get there. Good effort.
4 walks in the inning, 4 runs in the inning. All the walks have scored, and the sky is gray. Here's Nico DeFazio. Has 2 hits today. The last one an RBI double, kind of just a dink double, but it was a big one back in the 6th. Throw over to first is high. Tollerman's a big target. 4 runs home in the inning, off 2 really solid pitchers as well. First pitch to DeFazio. Way up high, gets to the backstop. Walker to the plate, he will score, and it's 10-6 Crawdads.
Well, things have just fallen off the rails for the Blues here. I mean, wow, walk to start the inning. Then you get the strikeout of Liao, another walk to score a run, and then the bat's kind of just blowing up. And, you know, when things are going south, they're going south. That's how ball works.
Another long walk out to the bump by the SLO Blues manager. 10-6. I mean, it feels like it was just 6-3.
Yeah, it was.
10 hits for the Crawdads. It's just been an offensive explosion. I mean, it's been aided by poor pitching by San Luis Obispo, but take advantage of the walks.
Yeah, I mean, 4 walks in an inning is just so brutal for a pitching staff, and that's the day for Ferguson. They're going to need 3 pitchers to get 3 outs in this inning. That's at least 3 pitchers.
10-6. Dads lead by 4 when we come back. Crawdads now lead 10-6 here in the bottom of the 7th. A new pitcher, it's the true freshman from Scottsdale Community College, Sammy Friedrich. It's a 1-0 count to Nico DeFazio. Dads have scored 5 here in the 7th. A ball and no strikes to DeFazio. Pitch is down and away, 2-0.
For Friedrich, 5.06 ERA. This is 5th appearance of the summer. Only 5 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks. Has allowed 6 hits.
2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, DeFazio taps it to third. Borba jumps to get the big hop. Shuffle step over to first. Throw is low, and it gets back over towards the Crawdads bullpen. Calvillo is being waved around. He will score. DeFazio looking for 3. Here's the throw. It is not in time, and the Crawdads are pouring it on here in the 7th.
I mean, that, feel bad for Friedrich. Did his job, got the ground ball. Little low, and Tollerman is tall, so we had to go a long way down to dig that out. Just couldn't quite get the glove to the spot. Crawdads will take the run.
I believe that will end the day officially for Noah Ferguson. Here's Nikhil Beasley, who's 1 for 3. First pitch, swinging a foul tip, 0-1. So the line for Sand, no innings, no hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Then Ferguson came out, 0.1 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, a walk and a strikeout. Not their day. 0-1 to Beasley. Curveball runs tight, 1-1.
It's a pitching staff that has been really, really good, too. Some uncharacteristic stuff.
There's a guy without a jersey in the bullpen.
Nice.
1-1. Beasley lines it right center field. That will drop for a base knock. Coming home to score is DeFazio. It is 12-6 Crawdads.
And all of a sudden they've hit through. And what a swing from Nikhil Beasley going the other way. 2-hit day for Nikhil.
And a barrel. Hit it hard. 7 spot. Here's Mark Wolbert, who led off this inning an eternity ago with a walk. It was a really nice at bat as well. Righty on lefty now. Wolbert from the left side. First pitch. Called a strike at the knees, 0-1. Crawdads have batted around in the inning.
Not something I thought that we would see today, especially with just how good the staff has been for the Blues.
No balls and a strike to Wolbert. Down low, good block by Button, 1-1. I mean, again, it was just 6-3. Crawdads have scored 9 unanswered.
Wheels have fallen off. It is tough going right now for the Blues.
There was a game last year against the Admirals. The Crawdads were down, I think, 8-1, and ended up coming back to win. And this inning feels like that game. 1-1. Wolbert slaps it the other way, but that'll go foul. 1-2. It just feels like they can't catch a break.
Yeah. I mean, the errors, the walks, all kind of coming together at once.
And now, I mean, 3 pitchers this inning for SLO. Doesn't really feel like it's over as well. 1-2. Wolbert lines it right field. That's a base knock for Mark Wolbert. And the Crawdads keep adding on.
Crazy. I don't even really know what to say. I mean, they just keep. That's a good pitch. Outer corner, off speed. Wolbert, bat to ball skills are through the roof. And he's able to just dunk it down into right, a base hit. Keep this thing going. Keep that line moving.
I haven't seen a Crawdads inning like this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I mean, there was that, 13-run no-out inning against the Anchors, but that's non-league.
Yeah.
And these are 4 proven pitchers that they've done this off of. Here's Casey Cummings, walked back in the last inning. First pitch, back in his last at-bat this inning as he flies this one to center field. Moving to his left is the center fielder Royal to make the catch, and it's been a while. That's out number 2.
Yeah. Last out came 7 batters ago. It's a long time. Still got to get one more.
Here's Cole Kosciuszko, not an easy guy to get out. A homer and a walk today. His homer really sparked the comeback. Leading off the 6th, Crawdads were down 6-3. Kosciuszko, first pitch he saw in the 6th, hit it out to left center field. And all of a sudden, the Crawdads have gone on a run. First pitch to him here, down by the shoe tops, 1-0. Six-run Crawdads lead. Came into this inning down 1. The righty Friedrich dangles the right arm. Now comes set. 1-0. At the knees, 1-1. A ball and a strike. 2 outs here in the 7th. Dads lead now by 6. Kosciuszko, left-handed hitter with power. The 1-1. Hit high and deep to center field. Going back, Royal turns to the wall. At the wall, he leaps up and he drops it. 1 run comes home to score. They're going to hold Wolbert. It's an RBI double for Kosciuszko. Dads lead it by 7.
I mean, that is dropped in center field. Sounds like everyone in the booth wants to give Kosciuszko a hit. Why not? Yeah, sure.
I think a hit.
I don't know. I mean, it was in the webbing of his glove, is what I will say.
Bah humbug is what I will say. An 8 spot in the inning for the Crawdads. 2 years ago, when these two teams played, back in the 3rd inning of that game, it was a close game. It was a 1-run game. SLO put up an 8 spot. Ethan Liao takes the first pitch, down and away, 1-0. That was one of the worst games of the year for the Crawdads. That's kind of when the season started to take a downturn. In San Luis Obispo, Crawdads were scuffling, and this feels like a little bit of a revenge. Ball and no strikes to Liao. The pitch is down and away, ball 2. That game was ugly. We were not there.
I was not there, but looking at the box score this morning.
That was one of the games that I didn't broadcast. I think it was one of 2 or 3 that year that I didn't call. I was in the bullpen doing some mic'd up, and I didn't get any good footage from that day.
Attaboy.
2-0. Liao takes down low, ball 3. In that game, Adris Azani came in after Ben Lake had failed to record an out, kind of like what we're seeing this inning. And all of the runs somehow got credited to Azani's name. It was brutal. Didn't give up a run in that game. 3 balls and no strikes to Liao. One of the outs in this inning as he takes inside ball 4.
Things have just gotten ugly.
Not much to say.
No, there's really not. That was an uncompetitive at-bat from Sammy Friedrich. Wow.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Last time the Crawdads had the bases loaded with Aiden Camberg at the plate, it was a 1-run Blues lead. Here it's a 7-run Crawdads lead and a chance to add on. Friedrich steps off the slab. I can't even recount this entire inning.
No.
It's a lot of walks, a lot of knocks, and a lot of runs. First pitch, Camberg skies it left side, foul territory. The third baseman, Borba, over by the Blues bullpen, will let it go foul. Let's try. Walk, 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 strikeout, walk. Single, single, single. Error, single, single. Fly out, double, walk. Got that?
Enough of it.
8 runs home. 5 walks this inning. 6. 0-1. Camberg skies it left side, nothing in 2. Two errors in the inning. No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Wolbert on third. Kosciuszko on second, Liao on first. 0-2, outside ball 1. Counting's really hard when it's this many numbers.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on in the book right now.
8 runs home in the inning. 1-2, outside. What are you trying to calculate? Or are you just kind of looking in awe?
I'm looking and trying to see the errors because I heard Max say there was 3.
3 total. 2 in the inning.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded for the Crawdads. Camberg lines it up the middle. That's another knock for the Crawdads. Coming home to score is Wolbert. Right behind him, Kosciuszko. Here's the throw. It is late. It's a 10-run inning for the Crawdads.
Wow. Good swing, Camberg. 2-strike battle. Just shooting it back up the middle. The throw from Ethan Royal trying to get Kosciuszko out of the plate was pretty solid, just kicked off the side of the mound. And I think Kosciuszko probably would have got there regardless, but my goodness.
Here's Isaiah Walker. He had the big hit in the inning. Game was tied. Walker hit one off the wall with the bases loaded in left center. Ended up only being a single, move to second on an error, but that was the big knock. Here it's 15-6. First pitch to Walker. Hits it well to center field. Royal coming in, reaches up, and at long last, the inning is over. A 10 spot for the Dads. I have no idea how that happened. We'll come back. Carson Mercier on play-by-play. He'll take you the rest of the way on the Crawdads streaming network.
So to the top of the eighth, 15-6 the score. Crawdads leading over the SLO Blues after a 10-run seventh inning. Crawdads had taken the field and then now have just completely come off. It looks like Ben Arroyo is holding a hose down the first base line, but no one's on the field. Both the Matt Bolus, Ron Masso, and Robert McGee had kind of had a conversation with Walnut Creek Crawdads head coach Brant Cummings. Now they're having a conversation with the SLO head coach. And
So, you got it?
yeah,
It's all you,
I
PXP.
think I got it. So Matt Bolus, home plate umpire, took a shot in the face in the last inning, feeling kind of dizzy, like he's going to throw up, and he's coming out of the game. Ron Masso, first base umpire, going to come in behind home plate. So it could be a while before we see some more game action. I guess we'll just go back to break.
Should we take a look-see before we do that?
Yeah, sure.
This look around the CCL is brought to you by American Stage Tours, small enough to care, large enough to compete. Just a couple other games going on right now. Sonoma and Alameda knotted at nothing in the bottom of the first at the College of Alameda. Arroyo Seco already up 2-0 against the Academy. The Academy, a good start to the year. We say this every time, and just since then. San Diego, Ventura County, just underway, but still scoreless, or still not on point streak. And then Conejo and OC playing about 30. Now we can break it.
All right, so when we come back, I think it's going to be Daniel Velichko, who's already had to wait forever after the 10-run seventh inning that the Crawdads put up. He's throwing in the bullpen. Go to break?
Yeah.
Hang tight. Maybe go get some popcorn, something to drink.
Yeah.
My guess is 10 minutes, maybe a few more, because the umpires have to walk all the way back to their cars and change and then walk back.
We'll be back.
So we will be back.
There will be a tomorrow.
There will
be an 8th inning.
So there will be an 8th inning. There will be at least the top of the 9th inning when we come back. Give us about 10, maybe. You're listening to Crawdads Baseball. You're on the Walnut Creek Crawdads Streaming Network. Back at Monte Vista, top of the 8th inning between the Walnut Creek Crawdads and the San Luis Obispo Blues. 15-6, Crawdads leading over the Blues as Daniel Velichko takes the mound for the first time in, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes. We had the umpire delay. Home plate umpire Matt Bullis is no longer, well, he's still with us.
I was gonna say you. That was a dangerous slope.
No, he took a foul ball off the mask, feeling sick. Decided to leave. So Ron Masso now slides behind home plate, and Robert McGee over from third to first. Crawdads had a 10-run bottom of the 7th inning. 6 hits. They just did it all now. Velichko fires in a pitch to Brendan Comerford. It misses a little bit low and inside, 1-0. So Velichko hasn't thrown on the mound in quite some time as the 1-0 is in there for a strike. He's had to wait a long time.
Yeah, it can always be a little dangerous going from one long inning plus a break.
1-1, down and away.
There's always the question of, like, arm health, right? Having to kind of sit with your arm limp for that long.
Yeah, you get up, and then you kind of sit down, and in a 2-1 count, Comerford gets hit square in the back, and that's how the top of the 8th will start.
Still a lot of ball to be played. 6 outs, 9 runs. Crawdads did it in an inning.
Certainly possible. But I got a feel for Velichko. Tough spot for him as now Braden Mondu, the DH, is coming up. 1 for 3 today, singled. That was all the way back in the 2nd inning. 0 for 2 since throw over, a little bit wide of first base, but Kosciuszko able to reel it in.
It would be nice if Velichko was the last guy the Crawdads had to use today.
No action down in the first base bullpen. Crawdad bullpen. Nothing going on over there. First pitch to Mondu misses high, 1-0. Feels like yesterday. Last time that the Blues were at the plate.
I don't remember the last inning.
No, not at all. It was a 1-2-3 for Daniel Velichko as he fires one in, grounded down the third base line, but a little foul, 1-1 the count. And Velichko came in, relieved Jackson Pace, who was awesome. 2 innings, scoreless, a hit, 4 strikeouts. Velichko came in, went 1-2-3 with a K through the middle of the Blues lineup. Now a hit by pitch to start the 8th. And this one ripped on the ground right at DeFazio. He gloves it to second one. Walker to first in time, and a double play. A double play able to erase the leadoff hit by pitch, and there's 2 gone in the inning.
Got to feel bad for Braden Mondo. Shot right on the ground to short. One of the loudest pieces of contact of the day, and just right at the shortstop. Turn a pair.
So Bryson Hoyer, left fielder, coming to the dish. 1 of 3, a homer back in the 4th. A solo shot. Left-handed hitter takes a ball down below the zone. Was the second strikeout victim of Jackson Pace. Ryan Delaney started this game. That also felt like yesterday. 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks. As this one's belted right field deep. Wolbert going back, turning around, and watches it off the base of the wall. Wolbert plays the carom, throw into second base, not in time, and a stand-up double for Bryson Hoyer.
Bryson Hoyer's had a good day. Double and a home run. He's kind of been all over. That'll play. By the way, Velichko's 1-2-3 inning in the last frame was the first that he's thrown, at least since I've been here this year.
So now the number 9 man, Jared Medham. 2 for 3 today. Another guy that's having a pretty nice day at the plate. Singled in the 2nd, doubled, scored a run in the 4th, and struck out looking in the 6th. Right-handed batter, red batting gloves, holds his hands high above his helmet, and the first pitch misses a little bit low. 1-0 the count. This game was pretty close all the way through until the Crawdads scored 10 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning as the 1-0 gets away from Beasley. Moving up and into third base is Bryson Hoyer.
Looks like Casey Cummings offered to pitch, by the way. Kind of jokingly, but as the Crawdads were running off the field, Casey stood on the bump, threw a couple warm-up. Not, no ball in his hand, but went through the motions.
It wouldn't be the first time he's pitched. He didn't pitch last year, but pitched 2 years.
Yeah, he did.
In the
Look
playoffs?
at you. No.
Not in the playoffs. 2-0. Velichko now working from the windup. and misses just a little bit outside. So 3 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning, 15-6. Crawdads are leading.
Yikes back.
3-0 pitch. Top of the zone, called a strike with the fastball, and it's 3-1. The Blues have not scored since the 4th. 0 in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Trying to scratch one across here in the top of the 8th. 3-1 from Velichko. Fastball ran inside, maybe even got him. Either way, ball 4, so Blues going to have runners on the corners. 2 outs in the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, so Casey, 2 years ago, it was I want to say like a Wednesday game in Solano, and came in late. Did okay in his inning or so. I'm going to look it up. That's what I'm going to do.
Right into their crowd mic. Homered in the 4th, singled, stole second in the 6th. These 2 for 4. Hit the ball hard pretty much every time he's come to the plate. And the 0-1 misses down and away. Ball and a strike. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Blues have runners on the corners. Boyer off third and Medham off first. Huge lead for Medham. Walking lead, now he'll take off for second and into second base standing. Defensive indifference?
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
I got it right.
We had to talk about that the other day. I wonder what Matt's thoughts are on the defensive indifference.
So 2 balls a strike, now 2 men in scoring position. 2-1 fastball, top of the zone, called a strike, maybe a little bit inside. Ethan Royal kind of stood up and looked back towards home plate. Masso now behind home plate as the umpire. 2-2 from Velichko, working from the ground. Foul outside of third, and we'll do the 2-2 over.
So Casey Cummings threw an inning in a 16-3 win. Got the final 3 outs of that win in Solano 2 years ago.
It's the hardest 3 outs to get, the final 3.
Got a strikeout.
Yeah. 2-2. Velichko home. Slider smashed right back up the middle and into center field. It'll dunk down a base hit. Here's the throw from Casey Cummins, trying to nab the runner, and Beasley couldn't hold on to the tag. So 2 runs will score, and Royal will advance to second on the throw.
Really, really good day for Ethan Royal. 3 hits, a home run, 4 runs batted in. These are really good at bats. I mean, this is a good Blues team. We knew that coming into the day.
Yeah, just not expecting a 10-run inning. Crawdads had 6 hits in the bottom of the 7th. 5 walks in that inning as well. So 2 runs in. And Jariah Lewis, left-handed batter, takes a fastball strike off the outer edge.
So in that game, back in 2022, Mark Perkins got the start. I knew it was a Perk start. Don't know why, but I feel like he always started against Solano that year.
0-1. Velichko home. Fastball grounded, foul. 0-2.
That was the Nate Nordell game at the time. Nordy was good that summer, but he wasn't really great until that point in the year. Went 3 almost perfect innings, gave up 2 walks, struck out 3. He was awesome that day, and then was fantastic the rest of the summer.
0-1 pitch. Velichko deals. Fastball hit on the ground to right side. Walker ranges to his left, has some trouble with it, picks it up, throws to first, and gets him by a step. Pretty close at first, and Lewis is not thrilled about it. Kind of takes his batting gloves and throws his helmet to the ground. But the inning is over. 2 runs home for the Blues. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. 15-8. Crawdads lead as they come to bat. Home half of the 8th inning, Crawdads coming to bat, leading 15-8. Cam Calvillo, Nico DeFazio, Nikhil Beasley scheduled to bat for the Dads. And for the Blues, Sammy Friedrich still working in his 2nd inning of relief. Gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, and the first pitch of the inning is behind the back of Cam Calvillo. Look out.
Usually you hear behind the back in sports, and it's like a really good thing, right? Behind the back catch.
Yeah.
Behind the back pass.
That was just scary. Now the 1-0. This is a little bit inside. Kind of a scary delivery from Sammy Friedrich. It's pretty aggressive and very, very much over the top.
Yeah.
Kind of throws it right over his ear as the 2-0 misses down low.
Do you have a name that comes to mind, a baseball name that comes to mind when you hear the name Friedrich, the last name Friedrich?
I do, and
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Christian Friedrich?
no, not where
What
I
are
was
you
going.
thinking of?
I don't know.
Christian Friedrich was a really bad Rocky starter.
3-0, right down the middle for a strike.
Who are you thinking
I
of?
don't know. Maybe Sal Frelick.
Good player.
Yeah. Not him.
Carson doesn't know football.
3-1. Grounded to the left side. Third baseman Borba gobbles it up. His throw across in time. 5-3 for out number 1 of the 8th.
There's so many weird Rocky starters from the last 10 years. They just all suck.
It's tough to pitch in Colorado.
Yeah, I could.
Could you pitch in San Jose?
Yeah.
What was your
Cupertino legend.
ERA?
Doesn't matter. My FIP was low.
Sure.
My expected ERA ex Wobacon when I was pitching was crazy.
DeFazio takes down low, ball 1. Nico, 2 hits on the day, 2 for 4 and a run scored. Doubled back in the 6th inning. Reached on an error in the 7th. Come home to score as the 1-0's at the knees and a strike, 1-1.
Jeff Hoffman was a failed Rocky starter. Now good reliever. Just throwing out some random names. Got a lot of ball to be played.
1-1 in the dirt. 2 balls and a
So-
strike on the Crawdad shortstop.
JJ told me, the GOAT JJ Svensson told me between innings, that's a knuckleball.
Doesn't have it. Doesn't
Kind
have
of
much spin.
super low RPM.
2-1. Swing and a miss. That one not a knuckleball.
No.
85 miles an hour, and the count evens 2-2.
What did Rad Guy do today?
6 innings, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits.
That'll play.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
98 pitches.
Ouch.
Yeah. 2-2, and it ran inside and hit him on the thigh. Ouch back.
Ouch back.
Ouch thigh.
Knuckleball?
Yeah, looked like it.
Probably didn't hurt a ton.
No.
Who's your favorite knuckleballer?
Matt Waldron. Gotta be.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Mac, who's your favorite knuckleballer? Who? Never heard of him. That's a good name game name. Wilbur Wood, double W, quad U.
Nikhil Beasley having a day. 2 for 4. An RBI and a run scored. Takes outside. Good to see him get the bat hot. Came into the game just 1 for 16. 2 for 4 today.
No one's gonna ask my favorite knuckleballer.
1-0. Nobody cares.
Charlie Huff. Charlie Huff. Charlie Huff got the opening day start for the 1993 Marlins, my favorite team of all time.
1-1. Fastball on the corner. A ball and 2 strikes on the Crawdad catcher.
I have a signed Charlie Huff card.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it worth anything?
Probably not.
1-2 outside.
I got it for free.
I have no real interesting cards.
I was a big card guy when I was younger.
A Tatis rookie card.
My dad was a big card guy.
A Luis Patino rookie card.
Wow.
Yeah. 2-2. Hit off the hands into straightaway. Center, that'll dunk down. And a base hit. The 3rd hit of the day for Nikhil Beasley. And the Crawdads keep the line moving.
All right, Nikhil Beasley. Crawdads catcher starting to pick it up with the bat. Good days for Xavier Rios the last week or so. Nikhil Beasley 3-hit day. Oh-fi next.
It'll bring the top of the lineup up. Mark Wolbert.
I want to see a position player pitch.
Might get there. Crawdads leading 15-8, top of the ninth, trying to add on with runners on first and second. And Wolbert fouls the first pitch he sees back into the net. Had 2 at-bats back in the 7th. Scored in both. Walked in his first, singled in his second. He's 1 for 4 on the day. No balls, a strike, 1 out. DeFazio off second, Beasley off first. Friedrich, the pitcher, comes home and misses a little bit low with the heater, so ball and a strike.
There's 2 former Crawdads on this Blues team.
There are.
And there's a former Blue on the Crawdads. Can you name him?
I know Nico Button and Jackson Howell, as this one's flared into left field, kind of carrying well. Hoyer going back. He'll watch it. 1 off the wall in left center field. Coming around third is DeFazio. He will score. The throw is late, and the Crawdads lead it 16-8 after the RBI double for Mark Wolbert, his second hit in as many innings.
That was a beautiful swing by Wolbert. He's been going oppo the whole day, finally starting to get some results because of it. Slices one left center field, took advantage of the fact that the ball carries, and that's a really good-looking swing.
Beasley moves up to third. DeFazio scores. Wolbert's on second, and Casey Cummings to the dish.
So, no guess on who the former Blue is on the Crawdads?
I should probably... Is it Mark Wolbert?
Nope.
No, he was somewhere else. First pitch in there for a strike to Casey. I don't know.
Fun fact, it is also a former Crawdad.
Oh, Dabs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crawdads, Blues. I don't know where he played last year.
I don't know if he...
I don't think he did.
0-1. Casey takes outside a fastball. Button pulled it in. Casey homered to start things in the first. Is 0 for 3 since, but he has walked. That was back in the 7th. His first at-bat of the 7th inning. Came around to score. 1-1 from Friedrich. Fastball lined on the ground. A couple of hops for Medham. Deep in the hole. Throw not in time. And Casey Cummings runs out the infield single. And a run will score. 17-8. Crawdads lead.
Just another knock. Give it a hit. He would have beat it out either way. Yeah, just, I don't know. I don't have a ton to say.
After scoring 10 runs in the 7th, the Crawdads have scored 2 runs in the 8th and just continue to hit and hit and hit. And another guy that continues to hit and hit and hit is Cole Kosciuszko, and he's in the left-handed batter's box now. First pitch fastball is fouled back, 0-1. Cole homered in the 6th, walked in the 7th, also doubled in the 7th. He's scored 3 times in the past 3 innings. Pretty unbelievable stuff from Cole Kosciuszko, who now has 8 multi-hit games in the 15 total games he's played. Doesn't sound real. 0-1, knuckleball misses outside, 1-1.
So the Crawdads played slow twice back in 2022. Once in the playoffs, once in the regular season. The last game ended the Crawdad season. It was the Crawdads were up 3-0. It was Mark Perkins, his best start of the summer.
1-1. Friedrich delivers. This one's blasted left field. Hoyer back. Another for Cole Kosciuszko. His second home run of the day and a 20-piece for the Crawdads.
20? Are you serious? That doesn't sound real. I mean, it is, but wow. 5 home runs for Kosciuszko. 3 in the last 2 games.
In the last 2 games.
Yeah, that'll play. I gave him the yard card in his last at bat. I was close.
He's been wanting the player of the game.
This is the one.
And said, "What's going on, guys? I've been hitting homers left and right. All I do is double, and I don't get a player of the game." And he's going to get it today if Crawdads are able to hold on. His second home run, his 3rd extra base hit of the day. Ethan Liao now stands in and watches outside. 0-1. Crawdads have scored 4 times in this inning. 5 times in this inning. Friedrich from the windup, 1-0, tapped off of the front foot of Ethan Liao, and it's 1-1.
Liao, the only Crawdad without a hit today.
He has reached base safely twice. Reached on an error in the 6th and walked in the 7th. Friedrich, big, tall righty from the windup. 1-1 pitches, bounced on a couple of hops to Medham at short. Kind of hops to field it. Throw is high, but Tallerman is tall man, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
That was good. Landed. Manny home run.
Really?
Yeah.
Love it, Manny.
It's like Cole Kosciuszko, but
Something
worse.
like that. Okay. Now Aiden Camberg from the left side. First pitch swinging and fouls it off the other way.
Also,
1.
both of Kosciuszko's home runs the other way.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
This is a SLO team that had given up 0.2 home runs per 9 innings this year.
Oh, 1. At the knees and a strike, nothing in 2.
And that's now the Crawdads' third of the day.
It's the 5th home run that we've seen in total. The Blues have 2. Of course, the Dads 3. 20-8. Crawdads leading.
Pretty sure the Blues have 3, correct? 1 home run, 3 home runs.
You have 3, so 6.
6 total home runs for 2 pitching staffs that have given up 0.2 home runs per 9 innings coming into today.
Pretty crazy. 1-2 pitch. Line drive left field pretty deep. Royal going back into the gap. It's off the wall on a hop. Camberg going to just cruise into second base, and he's got a double.
This is maybe the best Crawdads offensive performance I've ever seen.
Certainly up there. Camberg, his second double of the day. It's his 3rd hit, and Isaiah Walker's coming up. He's the 9th man to bat in this inning. In the 7th, the Crawdads sent 15 batters to the plate.
It's a lot.
24 batters in the last 2 innings have come to the plate.
There are games that 27 batters hit.
Friedrich home and fires in a strike, nothing in 1. This is pretty unbelievable.
I mean, there are games that 25 batters hit. Wow.
Nothing in 1. Walker ready. Pitch is swung on and missed. I think the knuckleball. And maybe the best one that we've seen.
Remember when the Crawdads were down 6-3?
Yeah, at one point. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Crawdads have scored 5 times in this inning alone. And the 0-2 is a knuckleball that hit him. For a second straight inning, the Crawdads have sent at least 10 men to the plate.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. Like, legitimately, this is the best offensive performance I've seen by the Crawdads in 3 years. Because it's, again, for the most part, they're doing it with the bats. It's not, they're taking advantage of the walks, but especially since the 3 walks by Sand, it's been hitting. Who's calling Cam Calvillo Pookie? That's awesome.
First pitch to him misses outside, I guess. 1-0. Cam, a couple of hits today, a couple of RBIs. Scored a run. Looking to keep things going. 1-0. On the outside, and a called strike, 1-1. Nicely located from Sammy Friedrich, who's really just laboring his way through this game.
Feel for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's going into his freshman year.
1-1. Hit on the ground pretty hard, but right at the third baseman, Barbara. He'll just take it to third, step on third, and end the inning. Cole Kosciuszko hits his 2nd home run of the day, his 5th of the summer. The Crawdads score 5 times in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they go to the top of the 9th, leading 20-8. 20-8 the score, top of the 9th inning. Cal Johnson, new pitcher for the Crawdads. He'll have Casey Borba, Nico Button, and Zach Tullerman. Right-handed pitcher delivers. First pitch hit on the ground right at the shortstop DeFazio. Waits for the high hop, is throwing time, and there's one gone in the 9th.
Crawdads have done a really, really good job defensively today. It's been a really, really solid defensive game.
Yeah. All around, I'd say. It's been
the game of the year, I would say.
I mean,
showing some fight.
19 hits.
Yeah. I mean,
runs.
again, they were down 6-3 in this game.
Yeah. We're able to take advantage of 3 straight walks to open the 7th inning. Now Nico Button, left-handed batter, first pitch swinging right at Cameron Calavio. Third baseman's throw is in time. 2 up, 2 down on 2 pitches for Cal Johnson. Not even giving us any time to settle into this 9th inning. Johnson relieves Daniel Velichko. Velichko was solid, kind of got a feel for him a bit, had to wait 45 minutes in between the 7th and 8th inning. Crawdads had a 10-run bottom of the 7th. But 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. All the damage was done in his in the 8th inning. Zach Tellerman, first pitch is high and tight. Goes down to the ground, trying to get out of the way. No intent. As Johnson kind of walks off the mound and says, "Hey, I'm sorry." Eight runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for the Blues. 20-19-1 for the Crawdads. 1-0. Johnson's fastball pulled down the line, but hooking and a foul ball. So the count will even 1-1. Crawdads looking to start a new winning streak. 1-5, lost against Menlo Park, then won on Sunday. Looking for their second straight as the 1-1 misses a little bit high, 2-1. A win today would mean the Crawdads sit alone atop the CCL North. They've kind of just been bobbing their heads at the top of the North with Menlo Park and this San Luis Obispo Blues team. Blues have been on a little bit of a skid as of recently. 2-1 pitch, hit on the hands, shallow left field. DeFazio back, he makes the catch, and the game is over. Crawdads victorious over the SLO Blues, improved to 9-5, win their second straight game as the Blues fall to 6-6 and lose their third straight. 20 runs, 19 hits, and error. 8 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors for the Blues. A wild, wild game.
When you score 20 runs and somehow only strand 8 on base, that's really impressive for the Crawdads. I know I said this. This was the best game of the year. One of the best games in a while for the Crawdads. Just all around, a lot of good for the Dads. Yeah, that was awesome. Need me to keep going?
Crawdads scored 15 runs from the 6th inning on. 10-run bottom of the 7th inning. Cole Kosciuszko is going to be your player of the game. I can tell you that for certain. 3 hits, 2 homers, a double, a walk, 3 for 5 today.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, no, you take that, I think. Cal Johnson comes in, not going to get any record, but does his job. Velichko's going to get the win. Jack Sand going to get the loss. Sand didn't record an out after Logan Groff went 6 strong, I would say, went 6 innings to start the game for the Blues. 8 hits, 5 runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Sand came in, walked the first 3 batters of the 7th inning, did not record an out, and got pulled from the game. Things didn't get much better. Noah Ferguson only was able to record 1 out, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk and a strikeout. Sammy Friedrich kind of left into that ball game just to mop up in the mop-up role. Inning and 2/3, 9 hits, 9 runs, a walk, no strikeouts. On the other end, Ryan Delaney got the start, felt like yesterday, but he went 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Gave up a couple of homers, and that was really the big dent in his run line. Jackson Pace came in for his Crawdad debut, 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts. We talked about Velichko and Johnson. Austin, anything else you want to add before we head to the postgame?
I'm good. Good win. Let's make it 2 tomorrow. Sweep the series.
All right, so one more time for SLO. 8 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors. For Walnut Creek, 20 runs, 19 hits, and 1 error. Started things here today at 4:05 p.m., finished up 7:08. Time of game, 3 hours, 3 minutes. Nothing else from us to add. Ammar and Dylan will take you the rest of the way on the post-game show, so stay tuned. For Asanota, my name is Carson Mercier, signing out from Monte Vista.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on a wild Crawdads game. The Crawdads defeat the SLO Blues 20-8 behind a bunch of runs, bunch of home runs. Dylan, where do we start? What was your biggest takeaway from today's game?
The offense, Ammar, they were clicking on all cylinders. I don't even know how to describe it. 19 hits, 20 runs. Quite the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was so crazy. It sounds like you just played.
Yeah, well, I got to sprint it up here once you gave me the wave. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
no worries. Well, who is your player of the game?
Well, I'm standing here with Cole Kosciuszko, player of the game. He was 3 for 5 with 2 home runs on the day. Cole, how you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah, quite the game. I mean, what was going well for you in the box?
Every single day I just come here and try to stick to the same approach and be consistent, and it's paying off so far. And the rest of my team got the job done today too, so hats off to them as well.
When did you start feeling that you were in rhythm, that you were like, all right, this is...
Well, my first at bat I hit one to the wall on the backside, so I knew I was seeing it well that day. And then next at bat didn't go so well, but I just stuck to the same approach and then paid off.
2 opposite field home runs, I believe.
Yeah.
Is your approach? Are you trying to go left center? Or are you trying to go?
Yeah, I try to
middle?
stay.
What's your approach?
I try to stay inside the ball and not try to do too much of my swing, because every time I try to hit a home run, I roll over and foul it off or whatever. So I just try not to do too much with those pitches and have a good swing on them.
This is the most points you guys have scored all season, if I'm not mistaken. When you guys are in a game like this where you're just, let's call it what it is, up a lot,
Yeah.
what is it like, with the teammates? Take us through that.
Well, it's just always good energy in the dugout, especially if we were down in the first part of that game right there. So it was good to have a little switch around and pick up our starting pitcher that didn't do too well. But
Right.
yeah, it felt really good.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you, too, back-to-back games. You guys fall behind early, figure out a way to come back. Seems like the common trend is you guys usually start off super hot. When you guys are facing a deficit, does the mindset change? What goes into that?
No, we just stick to the same approach all game, and it's a long summer, and it's a lot of at-bats, a lot of games. So if you try to do try to do anything different or like make a game bigger than what it is, then you can get away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. On an off day like yesterday, do you get in swings or do you kind of just reset and take it easy?
I got swings in at night, yeah.
And then like when you're here, are the swings you get in here? Is that what you mainly do, or do you go
Not at
tees
all.
at home or?
I on all our off days, I always hit in my facility that I work at. But here, I don't. There's really nothing to work on here because we get so minimal swings before the game. So, yeah, it's just you come out here and you just compete and you trust what you do before the game starts.
Now, before we let you go, I got to ask you one important question. What is the post-game meal to celebrate tonight?
Oh, I'm thinking we're gonna hit like a little burger spot.
I love it.
Yeah, probably a little burger spot.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, thank you. The man of the hour has joined us. 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Cole, have a day, have a night. Great job today, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
It's just a dominant performance. Really, it pretty much started in that 7th inning for the Crowd. 10 runs. 10 runs. Take me through that. What was going through your mind as that inning started to unfold?
Well, up until that point, it was a really, really close game.
Right.
I mean, back and forth action. I want to say it was 6-5 heading into the. Or it might have been 7-6 heading into the 7th. So just a really close back and forth game. You know, the Blues were getting a hold of a lot of balls. I think they had 3 home runs up until that point. So they were barreling a lot. I mean, it just looked like it was going to be a really close game until the end. And then the 7th inning started, and it was a new pitcher, a lefty pitcher, and he walked 3 guys to start the inning. So it's bases loaded, and Liao was up to the plate. Liao strikes out, but then Cameron comes up. He gets a walk, and that was the first run of that inning. And then from there, everything just kind of turned to into the Crawdads' favor. So a lot of hits. I mean, 19 hits, Ammar. That is just insane. And the game before, they had 15. So 34 hits in 2 games. I mean, the offense is just rolling. You know, just guys up and down the lineup. I mean, besides Cole, almost every guy in their lineup had a day. I mean, Isaiah Walker's one guy who really stands out to me he was just barreling balls all day. He had one to the triple that kind of started the rally because in that 7th inning they had the walks to start the rally, and then the big hit that got things clicking was Walker's triple.
Yeah, and we talked about this too at the beginning of the season. It seemed like the bullpen was going to have to carry over the load. We've seen, especially in like the last, I'd say, a week now, really, all 3 phases, they're working cohesively. But this is, I mean, I was hearing Austin and Carson on the broadcast who do a phenomenal job. Austin even said, too, that this has been undoubtedly the greatest offensive performance he's ever seen from a Crawdad team. I mean, he's watched the Crawdads for a while.
Yeah, no, I 100% believe it. I mean, they score 9, they come back in the 8th, and they put up 6.
Yeah.
I mean, one reason for that is Cole's homer, you know. So, but then also, I think Walker got another hit. I mean, you had who else do I want to talk about? Nikhil.
Beasley, yep.
Nikhil Beasley with 2 hits. Aiden Camber got a couple.
Wahlberg had a great game.
Wahlberg did have a good game. Yeah, he got a double there in the last inning. I mean, just up and down the lineup, guys were getting knocks. I mean, DeFazio comes back.
Yeah.
His first game back from the mouth injury, and he gets 2 hits.
And you know, I was thinking about this when he got up to plate too. You know, psychologically, how does that? You know, you're going up to plate after a major injury. That's got to affect you. He came in and swung the ball, and he, you know, got a couple of great plays. So just a true testament there. Now with this win, the Crawdads now hold the top of the CCL North Conference. They are firmly ahead of both the SLO Blues and the Menlo Park Legends. They now advance to 8-5, 61 win percentage. Menlo Park technically up more just because they have a higher win percentage. But nonetheless, if you're just looking at pure...
19 hits and only 1 error. I mean, they really broke it open in the 7th inning. 15 runs scored in the 7th and 8th inning. I mean, just pouring it on there. I mean, the guys were just rolling. Again, player of the game,
Cole
Kosciuszko. But again, Isaiah Walker with a great game. Guys up and down having fantastic days inside the box.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it for us today on this amazing evening here at Monte Vista High School. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. at the same time for the first pitch. The Crawdads will take these same very San Luis Obispo Blues on tomorrow as they try to extend this win streak now to 3 games, hold on to the first seed of the CCL North Conference. That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Ammar Khan.
I'm Dylan Allen. Thank you for joining us.
Yep, go Dads.